주시부터 아니 제공도 주셔서 강대 도서님 손에 따와탄지 공부시 담배 좀 되고 조단 편나 찬스야 뭐 나자가 좀 맞춘데 나야 비자군이 다음 거체 하나씩 공사 공개외원부 그래 주시버신 뭐 아니 되게 제도 체내 매바이나 개원되지 자소 아니 공개 고바토를 좀 버쳐라야 고자 모두 표현에 다른데 Dokham Chushi Gangdruk 산에기 Dokham 남도의 subject engineer 주바이나 seminar on career counseling 기 제고 디 돌아야 녀수 와자도 팽에 한 다른 게 중국 저 강도 산에 투족이 반대 소소 개체 원줄라 the chairman of local Tibetan Assembly Gangtok 안타나시 산에 군지 내공기 아니 산에 군지 고참 내종라 the secretary of Tibet House Gangtok 안타나시 나라조 소바 응아기 그리고 소소 다나시 소소게 대상 나바 안타나시 다른 데가야 대조 나슌기 Director of Technical Education की expert so जिन्हें वसीले वाला somewhat Society of School के यानी residential counselor मैडम चुनी तुम्हारा गांधो क्यों के हमारा नंबर अंतराल ऐसे थारी नारा जुगे जो मिक्सर के यानी सेवे लोग 안타나시 가라죠. Dokham Chushi Gangdruk 게 소소유배 처리 근데 안타나시 도도 계속 뭐 아니 가지고 뭐 용라야. 아니 다른 게 당하나서 로터 부고를 미베. 아니 레시디 토라야. 아니 남아서 상황이 계속 뭐 쓰이네. 더발아 지금 경험에 아니 토라야. 다른 가라죠. 우리 소소 게 잡슈네. 남아 상황에 참디게 다시 들려다 도전 나슈니. 다 상대 초라다 봐이나 나니노라 마부디 토마디 고츠거래 고츠네 타디카블라야 말아도 시디 토라야 공여서 보고 팽이 도출에 직종거래 와라 아니 다 달로 만족이 보고 만용라 맞다 버치네 말아도 소바면에 강토도지디 모트네지 레시디 페토나스라네 다 말아도 보고게 당용라 맞다 버치 만족이 레시디 한다 모트네 샤요신디 소소라 예산 쉬야이 다 단다 만족이 도마게 제림디 다 보고게 대변해야디 레지스트레이션 디 투바체 다디제라 만족이 제림니바디 포스쪽에 또 고바 돈을 좀 버쳐라야 아니 반대 소소 유배게 아니 고려는 받네 제다 중에 되잖아 First you do, then I'm not going to. Okay, now finish. Welcome address by the Vice President, Career Counselling.
고살라미는데 경쟁 개원부 단체 개체 시그마 접촉 너 그외 그 자체 nga kedi kampai sane Dokham Chushi Gangdruk social che ta dari diga phebe sane thuso ke chokto ane sane gunje ke kuchap tene chobaga ke chokto da gyole number che tene be roma debe chokto je jebe an lotu number ta lotu ke phama number ane samri tashi dele shwe ta tare de lo nipa dele ngaso sajong dilom lamde ke kola tare ke nipa de che lo thambo de la ni lo tu thuchu reji tare tenju chunde la ke sona so moderator khong ke sona so ane taye de des ngaso ke tai chun ngaso ke khe number de ne ta feedback de le thoyo mare ine ta ngaso ke chik ga thu tu yu gele ne Career Counselling che dine ani Career Department of Education Government of Sikkim ne khoro phe jimela phe tari de la kho phe de ani kha sabsa che ja tari de lai tuso thagara ta ma tis juma kesi ta lo nisu cha du lo ma ju chego chune tuso de tis ya ma yo tong ko sare sansara ju kai se no ta de ise cha gyumre the dine college so doya ge titi che sa inde ta de ba tari ge de attendant tis ma shemba sora je cha so dine so da lo juma de la tis ngas che go ge dine je ma cho ge 상로 동 거야 게 되더라도 아 되네 다시 시다 쉬고 거체 나서 되봐 아 주의 도마라 고 Career Counselling Rate 나서 Commissioner School ने ताते रेला को केल पुनरे को चंडीगढ़ यूनिवर्सिटी ने Chemical Psychology ने थ्योरी चेरे तेरे नाशी नासो ऑनलाइन CTA ने लोसा थागेला स्कॉलरशिप सेक्शन ने रे को थांदो ऑनलाइन ने नासो यम तो JR आगरे तेने नासो डिपार्टमेंट ने एजुकेशन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ सिक्किम जिगमेला वाजिलिंग बा को दनिये फेयोरे धरे दे फेयोरे कोंगे दे सुंगे दे पे सेबो नेपाली थोने रे इंजी थोने रे पे सेबो याको कोदा छो बचे कोंगे ना सुनांगदो आने तेनाशे तांगाचो तानी ठुचु रेचिचे अटेंडेंट धरे दे चुचु मदो मेदो इने गाचो खेपा मेदो तांगाचो गांथो लते फेबे तेजे लते ने सोचा गाचो दे लोटु खाचो न्यूने गाचो लोरेसिने दे मोतुनि चे बदि केचम बचा देरे खायसना लोटा जेमेदा माडबा साकि जेमेदा मेंडबा गाचो गांथो ल तेजे लते बेजो लोटा यो मारे 아니 참아 로프 텐데스 파초 캬데게 샤다시 손자 레이 연애 가서게 단대게 대 카운슬링디 제거디 개발 개침부 차대요 텐데 손자 나초 로 모마 나초 데 피드백 내야 라마손데 나초 체크 센터 오브 더존안 다른 데라 케나바게다 주주 요리 된 아니 단다게 사정 넘거래 코나바게 एक्सपर्ट के नंगे यानी 600 अने घरे घरे छयो में दे फीडबैक से नसो ले नेबर तो नरो छे अने लो जुमा नसो या जे के दे को लालेन ता गया जा केबल सोजे दोसा रे वो तिंडे छि छे अने तिंडे छि an tele la ke shue shi min do ani de nso de ta de ta jin chu guban ko chu ya che re de ta chu de chi pa gen go chung su gong ge me be che ta de wo de de sin tu ji che
This welcome address and the brief highlight on the overall program. So without further ado, also get to say mambo male beton also to number ke is also ke resource person ke kudu meta tamje di nyala pese good sure thing ta sonza ta also ke tamje nange thambodi chambaina the home sumana sin chuen to mala ora masters in clinical psychology number resha ani kora ni do ni shu tsani ne an thanda bodo as a residential counselor STS Kalimpong la da kora chale na shi baresha an kora nyamnyong ge thoni bai na hale bi nyamnyong chupo resha an kora ge sale di lada changda khide resha wal sonza an thanda mala zu ta this committee zu ge shedil hanga la this jaba sugar na shi thanda ngana zu nyendam the nearest counselor the na zu STS Kalimpong sa yusa ani STS Kalimpong the lobjin na jaba songso an lobjin la jaba sugar to ne lobjin ki athan nam to ne an thana tharing kona de la on deputation kona de pebale shude to na kona plan number this ni yesa shuyai so the first session would be conducted by counselor Chini Tomala. I give the stage to her.
I will speak in both English and Tibetan. Yeah, so this kodaya tourism. So before I start, look to Katsuna, Hachananda de la Pamada, look to this mixed together. Look to Korang Katsuna.
16 年了。
얘기 단다 presentation 디요라 조 시샤 디 look to 랑 라 시샤니 수요라 가지고 안조 가산다 look to 라 career counseling 가지 디레레더라 아니 헛 말하다 파마 망고치 피유디 아니 in between 아니 얘기야 파마 라기시야 career related 슈고요나 아니 이슈 슈쇼라 단다 topic 조 navigating your future 라이쇼라 미세 기만조 career planning 강라 디가라 슈스라 so okay so the thing is that if anyone still feeling confused about what you want to do in the future, like nada pu didin ayugo de jinda chuan sorry class 9 and above redora so mangbochi ani lokta kha counselor yugo ne pegyo ro shire she de ngara ngi ni masuri pegim ne pegyo de ra so any student still feeling confused that what I need to do after this, whether to choosing a stream or whether what you will do after class 12. Kerang jinda chungi yugo ena tang jinda chungi thuen chare gyo ipje tang chare ga chugure lai shura ta jinda go pujina ta by next year you will be choosing the stream. Kerang jinda chuwa le ligire chuwa le sa chela yora kerang gi mese ga ji decision ke chishu chik chago ta stream selection de yora ta dila thame ge confused cha de yondi yona ki nga khari stream la do ore yora ani nga jinda chukchiklesa so I mean particular stream the chukchiklesa na kana particular stream jinga yor yamni kana science chi yugire yamni arts na yugire yamni commerce chi yugire but you might be still confused khajini kana this stream na yore la chora tinje yore adi na hola anyone okay one okay so if in that case the mambo jya public into openly mashiwanera so my thing is it's okay to feel confused about your future and so sambala confusion dille chogor. So if you are feeling confused, it doesn't mean that you are behind. So the thing is, what matters is that you start exploring, questioning, and believing that you are capable of making a brighter future for yourself. So the yora kyorangi dulam da dewe kangla yora. So samlo da yora. Okay, nga khachugure. Ni skill kharesha. Nga mao bala khare chegi tebadu. The question dile khechumure. If you are not having that question, what I want to become in the future, what like I want to be as a person in the future, the other question you are just making a day pass through. Or what is my skill? What is my ability? The career counselor you might have heard about all these things. So might be that in situation logic da in the organized logic chidu yam digi khorang la yora samlo la click shamba chi cha sigire nam gu classroom na lo la same matter shigi ne ge ya dari sane gi do da mi da dongba logic ya shidu maybe digi khorang la khaos su sigira. So why do you feel confused la chura khajine look to la confusion dile go realize first thing is there are too many options in the career field. Yora kira lobda chikla dutu yora ngaran so chikariya nga samlo tanga le yora emang bo yorda yora kira jinda chuwa le yidi mide when you start thinking about the stream selection You know, stream also science, commerce, arts, and then we are having a vocational sector also. And then the pay mangbo yoyachura. Pay mangbo yoy and go kido, kari chugure lachura. Chiksusu pajole interest yuguru, dijole this interest yuguru. So that might be making you feel confused that nga hachugure lachura. You are the society pressure or family pressure. Chiso latani cheda nangmi ki yura. Okay, you want to do something, but your parents want you to do something else. And they confuse chura. Okay, my chin to inanga pamagi di chile tanga hachugure lachura. Should I listen to my parents or should I listen to myself? And they get around a confusion chai you see it. And another one is having a lack of self-awareness. So go to it. Has career chik suga do the yura. Kurang goes to any kurang career chik suga. I cannot give you, like, for example, if I tell you to become a lawyer in the future, I don't understand what kind of person you are, what skill you have. Kurang yakshu goes to a skill career, my ability to career. Or can I become a lawyer in the future? Lawyer child a skill career, especially the communication skill. Didn't got a tongue your mind. Self-awareness like the Keshu Shower Manzuki career pathway number. So go to Ashura. My skill career, my ability career, my mom, but a midzi candidate to skiing to do. Like, what is my value in life? So missing logic value chigura. So, like, whether my career that I'm choosing is aligned with my value or not. Then so you might be feeling confused. So then you can feel confused, but thing is, you need to be in the path to explore all these things. Confusion the mere swear. Manzo Chiksaja Hamago Jula Dugina, you're a Lampachi Gosum and Moratang Dugina. Doubtly dog, Lampachi Nisum she's into Lena Yora. So Lamba Kandi, Donanga, only destination the Legion and I was confused. So same Tarare, but you cannot do the pathway to Dodora, career gaji. So there are lots of choices. Choice be Mambo the Karayora. Confused shade. So confused also language la confusion how the manzo hachi. You will a me lego doda, you will sign the signal in Sultani. We try to make a pathway. This is same apply to your career also. You give me the KJTR. So information done with exposure. So that we will explore after this slide, right? So that near Tiwa if money didn't matter, what you will do in the future. Kajilanta Haram in the career counselor in the Lushis Simuchitura. But Digi Grim Nangi Cousin put into Tiwa Kalana, Gela, Kare Kandi Pesha Mangshe Tigi Lajura. So that is the major question came forward. So Kisi Pesha di Yura, if that is not the first priority, Kura means in a one Hachesari. I want to carry Mamboji, Pesha the mixing the Achido. Okay, carry the Chugo, Hajan Mau, Pesha Pemumburai Lajura. So if the money is not the first thing, then what you will do in the future? Obviously, you will do something that you love, something that you are interested in, something that you feel like, okay, after waking up, you feel like I want to go to the job. So that is something that I want you to ask for yourself, right? Okay, so now understanding your career. So career lighting on Zuki go to the Mangji job lighting Shashura. Career Ludukura Mau Bala Hachedura. So career is not just only the job that you will do in the future. It is a very like journey where you are making lots of choices. Like every choices that you are making every day, it is adding up to the career that you are paving. So then you tell the Kalana, Kurangaji Yura, career choice the Katunu go to the specialist student. Kurangi career choice Chigura. And so career like the Katunu go to grace on the Kurang, like if anyone want to answer. Like yo, Kurangi career the Katunu go to grace. Career exploration thing. That means you go to Gora. So when do this start? Anyone? Like I tell me that's all the career exploration or the career journey has already started. So next year you might be starting to choose the stream. Stream choose Kurangi career ki pathway chikla yora laga go to sar. For example, I am in class 10 now. So now I am like ni kacholana okay nga zinda chua ki chela nga cheri dese PCB damgi la ni ki decision delay. That decision delay ni chamalo nga kha dure exit mixe ke ta geo exit like geja aba kena nga PCB 제가 누구라 체리 대제가 체리 대제나 로드 체리 대제게 롭친 디기 캐랑기 future 거지 life 거지 choices 망고 지금 influence 차고라 그러나 그런 다른 날에서도 그런 science related 기 career 담에 influence 시기라 whether you become a doctor in a nurse chicken other career non medical related mampochi PCB wale or dinte damya changmala influence level so mazubu mampochi galena jina chungni thunju then I will see what I want to do in the future lifestyle so you don't need to wait you to complete the class 12 you know telling you as a class 9 student the book that you are reading is also putting an effort into the career that you will choose in the future 그런 대적으로는 대비 그런 mentality 라 키워수그래 디기 그런 career choice 제단다 그런 미진의 decision 내단다 참마지를 키워수고 so every choice that you are making daily 니마니마라 그런 수수수기 담가지 링기도 네 참마기 그런 future 라요라 career 들 키워수고 so career 라도 즉 진짜 중이 되니 college 라 줘야다 즉 내가 다른 doctor 치 so I will give MBS exam like dichiku mai baje daily kharang ha chigyo na yora kharangi YouTube la doing educational related videos degena that is also impacting the career that you will choose in the future so dinzo changma ya nima gi daily actions that you will take is part of your career kharang aji career ge journey rang chago so it's not like nga jine chungi thunju dem I will see la de mai bache ra so now din nalo manzo ita career ma shi to career mindset develop chaya chura mixie gi lob tu nalo la manzo ala da career le du kran sam da ra lob ta le li gi ra lob se shemba gi ji yikje dang nangle complete da la da pe thela chegyo ra ta ge la gi nangle kurgi de nangle complete da la pe thela yikje de la nam ta pe gi ore na have you ever take a time for yourself to think about your future 가지 그런 놈센 장고를 익제 땅고래민데 야제베 약올랭고래 but still if you are confused about your future and 그런 게 marks 딘데 약올랭고 그런 게 깔레 디게 야고 표정 하나 단계라 줘라 가지 그런 career mindset develop 지금이나 아주 보기 career 하나 삼보다에 디 그것을 기초부래 라 줘라 so that is very important so first thing is career 나로기 growth mindset 래 그런 속에 mindset 래도 권유욕을 라 mindset 라나 가래 samlodangdang ra kyorangi samlodangda the way you perceive the situation the way you see the situation ding anzu mindset la ora the mindset dilang anzu gi chidang han deshi gyo na two way gam deshi gyo ta tanda ni gi ke di growth mindset re yura growth mindset gi opposite di kora khare fixed mindset re the growth mindset kesi if you are a student having a growth mindset kesi kyorang la me the growth mindset yugyo gi puchi gi na kyo ka chi na ikje tang yura jinja nang lo la 뿐이 교란의 교란이 좁고 이제 나는 니가 이제 약고 교육만 so that 기시 교란의 growth mindset은 교 가슴기를 오케이 이제래 다리니 약고 제도마서 I can do it better next time 라줘라 니 next time 다 약고 배 장고 나 딜은 눈을 쇼상아 게라담나 extra class 줘도 즉 탑시 제해줘라 so that is growth mindset 기시 교란이 좁고 될 fixed mindset은 야 니가 야 롭세나 fail 하고 싶어지게 한다 파지 갈래 샤스당 하나도 누방으로 요서 말려줘라 so you blame your inner ability demsa shasha nga kiduni nubadi yo mare so nga shu kali gane nga dumjene tumku mare la chura so you must develop the growth mindset nga jo khala wala na kyorangi mizena yora khala ore problem kha thigina problem diliya solution you can find la chura kyorang la minde kyorang nanglo la ability di yarge tanga yor kisi kyorang la ability chigmena it's not like nga kiduni mindu the shasha mai bache 디 develop cheye yorla countries develop cheye na kyorangi tujue tang kyorangi hard work chi kyorangi nima diga hala di cheye jo bisna kyorangi yora maths yakpo mekyo puji na manzo mixe gilam san give up chi do nga mathematical ability me la chura but still you can improve that ability khane chene nima ta ko tujue extra tang na ani shine kyugi diga hala lega chewana grow chi thugure la chura so that mentality you should develop kangi kha thigyu namide this chikche and then another one is your passion career hali tu so you chinyu thode yo dikane laga mangs che chura ra khajina ngazo mangs hala na for example kyorang yora you might be good in science la yapo yora but it doesn't mean that you're very passionate about that subject chik yapo yogyo di yora chimji gona dinga passion yo kyapo mar you might be passionate about social science so ke patient de go chue to ne yora di ka shuk mang gya jora khajina patient yona kisi kharan samda na pu for example pu din na football player or the basketball player ing do inde ing la mende chawa da namshi chawa la tawo mare 된 강전 6셔를 운나 가지치네 그런 깔에 겨 두고다 가진 you are passionate about that so they take a patient to do me it's very important right and then next one is critical thinking like kyorangi situation chikle deeply samudane dil solution ta chora so it might be about finding your strength and weakness majo sangmala yakbechada shebecha yora as a student kyorangla lopse yakbecha chigore lopse shebecha chigore so they identify chere 아 간디 롭세 야가도 간디 롭센디를 시험봐도 간디 스킬 ngana 야가도 오케이 nga stage kalangna nga darsi gedu nga nervous chaidu so this is my weakness now kaje weakness te todu nga so weakness dele shu gyawra right so how can I become a stage confident person dile train che kira yo stage kan yima tamulan darsi gewena mise nga darsi ge de yo kyobo mar yo dile train che so that you need to think about and then open to experience 여라 디 갈라나 만조다 결혼 저 롭터 나노 레이디라 롭터기 디베 마무 고갑베 마무 중길 whether in the form of education field or whether it's in the form of co-curricular activities 여라 덴데 나오라 주슈 치님인데 결혼 experience 사이드 계신보리 가진 계신보 디까리나 가 릴리티려나 가진 열라나 기시 데리 결혼인데 롭터기 오케이 allocation 로직 하우스와이스 소구여나 기시 결혼이 디나라여라 주슈 치니 결혼라 리퍼 사와싱이기로 오케이 나 education 레코드 계제 하고 시도도 달아야 줘라 오케이 나 스탠다보다 하고 봐서 I can be this like good in this thing 딘제 가서 수수 하고 해도 야 제모 릴리티가 주슈치도 아가 하고 뭐서 제모 인데 인 요레 삼아서 after like participating in this field I realize chance later 하진 experience 기 균이 먼저 realization 리기라 그러나 룸나 녀가 engineer 차이나나 it won't happen 그런 필드라 don't experience 아니 and 그런 this skill 디 그런 너무 check 해야 계신 거 차이다 so you need to be open to experience 다디 단하게 진에 중이 보러 갈라 인 person if you someone is in the class 12 now 그런 저다 토럽라 도 you're 토럽라 도 you will get lots of freedom you're freedom right so make sure you use that in a positive way you're 토럽라 그런 좀 근데 college 가시나 주전이와 순반이 college over challenge so now after 3:30 4:30 두주 와서 결혼 나빠요. 부 하시는 배 장벌 internship 고속을 site 하사 인짐지 배샤 걸 레이도 따고 말다 experience 아야 주요라. 기시 결혼 medical field interest나 진짜 조사하시라 클리닉 찍라 추수치 free 내가 제가 되어줘라. 하진 네 균이 결혼 experience 저기 whether you are really into this field or not. 여라 지금 안 가지도 럽중 완전 퇴원사 안 내가 제가 레도 항로 사야죠. 아마 이제 요라 하고 고마스라야죠라. so 네 모인의 수수 experience 사야죠라. 딘조 계신 거지 통구더라. and then having a leadership quality. 소소소를 책장도다 럽터는 직업 이상 sorry 직업 gen지 교고래 여라 school prefect school captain 딘조 나오는 롤 내야죠라. 나다 가신데도 나 싫어 계셔가 오메 나 시기도 소 말랑이 되대야죠라. maybe kyorangi nanglo la muni dingi kyorang leadership quality yo de kyorangi realize cha yo mar kadu chayri lobda gi genji ki even zindagi genda chaya gi nuba yo na gera so you need to come forward yo di khajin mao pa kyorang laga chega la du minde you need to be someone who lead the group or you need to be someone who motivate others dinde gi capacity yo yo ende na manzo ge ta laga chesa la du na mi dinzu gi kyorang la attract ma chi thura so that quality you need to develop and thama dikhana tanda azu career planning gaji mindset danga yura empathy ta nge danda bashigyo ma chara intellectual intelligence de kran so intelligent ngana yash kunyu gyo so intellectual intelligence di keshambore but on the top of that emotional intelligence is very important kran chama chiso china la ga charu mi phajo gi chowa go chogore mi phajo de samu tangda go chogore so that is the empathy phajo de gi samu tangda de ju go choya chura that mindset you also need to develop 여러 denso 강장 아저기 career pathway 나라 계시보시 차고라 and now the career pathway 까지 나오는 계시시지 career planning 가래 라셔라 딱 아주 planning 가시고라 또 다른 거라서 될래니라 you might be expecting that go through ning career planning di chethuna samne yusigira so career planning is all about exploring options aligned with one's study and interest It involves introspection to understand personal skills, interests, and aptitude. So what did they can counselor you looked at the focus on skill, interest, aptitude for shisha. Can I get career to them do? Can I new back hard to? Can I your journal hard to? And can I your career interest to lecture? They can shoot it. They can export share. They cannot under your agenda, Chuchilena, can Chuchin or Churi, they say your arts stream. Humanities Namayuna. So career planning the Kalana, Dina Shisha Tone, and they cannot export share. Can already Churi they say that let's hurry, that under Churi they say an option carry to. Churi they say a Kajin there, can interest in the day. So you might be in the art stream because of some interest, you might be in that field. Then now cannot the export share. Okay, I want to become an archaeologist in the future. History archaeologist skill archaeologist as a subject, what the skill that career is demanding. Every career demands certain skills. This skill you may check share. May I not contest Yarget Ange? You go the contest Yaga Tange. You and the Shasha Mingo check. You got the dinner yaga contest together. So that is career planning. So we will learn detail about this. Detail to focus the call KSA da EMA short form dingy kanazu shishane yura career planning the manzo go to. So now KSA K the call know yourself. The catch should it. Nimu laguna shira. Kurang career planning so kisi kurang more to women. Me can't do you, not a skill can't do you, not how I interest you, let the current rat to him, and you're a current dinner like a get you should. Taposusu go to when you understand yourself, when you know yourself, and you will get into the pathway which is aligned with what you are good at. Taposusu go to education, and then know your skills. Current talent carry your lecturer. Music on a telem you kashi like in the field of speaking, your kashi language nanglola, then on the aptitude your aptitude like your ability. Then answer give me that and the Semgam Bibitonishana Halon psychology nanglo there. There's a one psychologist, Howard Gardner, like he imposed 9 intelligence, 9 abilities. Cook Halona, around the whole nalotanda ming up to Sinera, not just some ability logayur. Then Kashi might be having a good in musical ability. Kashi di nalola might be having a good in mathematical ability. Kashi la interpersonal ability should share. Kissing all I mean the interpersonal ability that like I can be a person who work in the field of interacting with other people. Me shampanyam the dewa chair among you go to la hand do. So tampo chorang intelligent ability chigura the gocho na khandila ma dula chura. So that is important. Then the EMA they call it E is for explore career option. So now once you understand yourself, karang go chura. Me introduce resha skill dinte do. So this is my ability. This is where I need to improve myself. Dinte go to chira. So tanda karang yora career karang ki subject dam yora. So now you need to explore the career options. Like karang mean that seri desen ayor. Seri desen anglo la mean that. Anjo kita PCB language na MC language na PCM triple language. For example, you are under PCM. Physics, chemistry, and maths as your major subject. Karang ki nayo. Din anglo porang la mean that career option lem dayo. The tampo kachere kari do sama tunggu list out. Tadi tampo shana career planning la diora. Okay, now my confusion is done line yoma. Self work pe mangor. Kurang tuso dana laga chepe mangboyor. So the now PCB rojina kurang yeta PCM pujina yora. Kurang PCM pujina. Tampo ta PCM nanglo la career option kare do. Sangma kurang group chuo. The option didu la. Okay, I can get into engineering. Engineering kurang nanglo la type them ta pe mangor. Suppose la engineering chile, but which engineering department you want to get into? Civil engineer, mechanical engineer, then so handy chige. And the mind architecture now to physics teacher chige. So options hangma durup chede first thing. Option ganza yante chu. Option to go to the next is decision. Take an option page nangala your career not choose rar. The career not choose ra. Now I need to filter. Okay. nga architect the ching men khaje nga khangpa khala inde suwe ga de din da interest me la so cut off. Okay, engineering I interest you, but I'm still confused about engineering khandila to get lecture. So question mark. Engineering yawa chugu. So engineering you will get into final decision. Kari ni sumchikla lecture. Okay, the thing mala niki skill da, niki ability da, niki interest la shishana. So these are the career that I want to pursue in the future. So dinde gale sajila and then action planning both together. Take a career chikurangi jumla di nangloni. So now that di kangla lega share. For that, we will work on a smart action planning. I will discuss shogora. So the activity share so maju dim show mega shishora. The dire. So the how much you want in shamba the netu with this so 니 다다 PPT 되어라. 다다 얘기 라디오 되어라. 다다 얘기 디스커션 the smart goal planning 제. 먼저 요라. smart 라줘라. specific, measurable, right? And then attainable, realistic, and then time bound. 다디 그런 저기 학군요 여기 요라. 다다 얘기 될 example 디콘 네 요라. A student who want to become a doctor. 다 결혼해서 나오는 doctor 창이 두 개지 요나요라. So 다 갈라나 결혼기 무이라 planning 참마 제리 결혼 you already understand yourself 결혼 간지 결혼기 skill 가래 결혼기 aptitude 가래 참마 고츠요라. 아니 career pe 망고치니 결혼기 last 집 중래 나 doctor 체인이나. 라. 다 디가랑 안 저기 뭐 쪽으로 마 doctor 체인이니 룸 나와라 니마다 같이 다 되나 doctor 체인 마라. 그 doctor 체인 다 액션 찍들 려고라. So for that dampo karana be specific lajo. Be specific lede kyoran gaji aim declare gor. Ta danda dina pu declare chan sare karana I want to become a doctor. Doctor chela nga MBBS ikse tang gore lajo ra. MBBS ikse clear china shini nga doctor chidu gore. Like kyoran gaji aim the specific chansar. And then we are coming to the measurable. Ta measurable lede nga yora kyoran jinda chungire nga yora sangirang nga doctor chila it's not applicable. So there should be some measurement. Okay, nga jinda chungi thensa chila I will give NEET exam and NEET langa 650 marks lingi la. So there is a range that you need to get to pass the NEET exam. Nga digas lingi la. So the measurable search and then we are coming to the attainable. Achievable or attainable. The achievable so Karamida Zinda Chungi Pur Tadayora. Chungi Pure, you want to become a doctor after completing class 12. The Karazina Chungi Indu, Nima Nimala Gaying in Namjo Tigiri, Nima Nimala, Loptaki activity Mambochiglatin Chigiri, and Nima Nimal Karalopta door to Dola. Intakimala Manimachi Chutunga Tungi Yora, need preaching Lana. That is not achievable for yourself. Karakara pressure leader. This are looking Animachila, choosing need ramla focused in your ni changi la jura kran jina chungi re kran yelop se sheba doya ganza dogore ine digi sula nimachi naula kran chuse chega tuen tugude chuse chik tuen tugude ngan need ki preparation chedu nga changi la jura the kran khare ne need chugu ma de kran whichever line you are going yura di kana nga focused hi la jura so that is your achievable measure ka la change and then make it realistic kran gi skill da kran gi ability da interest in sula Pavi aim to dungur. For example, you are not into medicine. May that is shushu go make your chair. You're cashing the door, blood that into tona, tomato in the chair. So if you say I want to become a doctor, because of your parent pressure, so it is not realistic according to the skills set and the ability that you have. So career jikdamde kyorangi skill set karesha kyorangi ability karesha interest karesha dela shisha ne kyorangi yora mi yusoya deche and thama dela time bound ta kyorangi nga MT che doctor che nga NEET exam tangi ilani yora thalo loge tang chema loge tang ende chin de dena achieve cha yo mare haja time do digira so you need to make sure that okay within 2 years I will make sure I will clear NEET exam la jora thema thambo dela nga gyu ma thena niwa dela I will make sure nga yora pass kyone nga NEET pass doctor so there should be some planning in this. That is smart planning la de according to nima nanglo la kana che. Yura dawa di nanglo la ni mixe kharchige. Yura dawa di nanglo korangi one goal to choose chini based on that you can work forward. Right? planning kind of shisha so now career exploration. So how do we choose shoes market so in one showroom so we spend our time there size size try so when we do that to buy one shoes so career is something you will live for the rest of your life. So now you need to be very particular in when you are choosing the stream. Career that you are choosing. So nana di lagi ngazo hambos te tu ngazo comfort check chigir. Hambo di delu du mendo. Era. Hoba gyane dona kagas podele thusare. Gweni nanglo sponge te yapo du mendo. So career nanglo ngazo ki interest la shishabor. Kara unne yora particular field chig interest yona. Chami kara lega chaga du kangi jile dokle chidur. Hajan you are very interested in that field. Era. Di chi ke chubo chaidora. And then size. Hambo ki size current number sun sob duina number 35 kin in the road you will buy the 37 so size is your ability current la yora doctor check skill hora mena yora by force current doctor check duguina ability ti sang mena last mental pressure is su kyure you are the one who will go through that pressure so di check ki kechu chawo and then reality budget 한보 중 요즘에 한보 애인 좀 더 내가 봐이라고 뭐 직동 예전 되면 한보 티지 이거데 믹스 신ning 아니 일하나 so it won't be possible reality 가 마 바보라 안 가리에 망보지 요라 like 먼저 budget 가 시샤고 해도 요라 so budget 가 다라 레가리 플래닝 지도 오케이 마 인지니어링 지기라 줘라 인지니어링 지 पेशाते फिर छोटू रोसारे so parents का जो financial is not strong enough to support me मारा इंजे chetuya meta ngazu phama changma above middle class mara ngazu mangboji middle class phama suzu kangi kali gyade jidu bu gi mi thombo skillu di phama la financial stand ge le hor so inje ga yang karangi export chaya jora ta ngazu ta session next la shiri legungi scholarship ko jikane le gore ra dana shi gi Sikkim shung gora na lo ne yang ngazu financially support country dente ga export chaya reality ga ma bab thoya jora ground kan ra that is very important. So now choosing a stream, that stream selection so choosing once you decide what you want to become in the future, right? Choosing stream would be very easy for you. That you can't do like stream select matching on yora. Select your aim. Mama kyorang hachi ge la jora. Ra kisi nga mende dinok chua le yo puji che. Ra ne mama par nga IPS officer to changi thugina. So after class 10 I will go to the humanities to like IPS ta tinzo ga ngzu shukche ling yu stream the humanities chago so it is very easy that nga humanity dam gore la chora kisi kana jena go chua yu tu nga ma pala gynecologist che into to sam gyu na lem sang clear ki kana science na lo ne PCB dam gore la clear re da ngzu ga jena PCB le ani samno ta chora ta nga kha chu gore la chora PCB le san ka option din je mangbo yore so now what you will choose, which you will choose ligido. So kadene stream jik select macha if possible aim declare chin. Ra and stream jikla done kran stream de la lead kran direction your nga khajin as na your nga khajin commerce chango le la chura. Kran chartered accountant chagi mi yu na kran commerce na yona you will put better focus than other student. Haj kran clear yore ki nga mao bade chartered accountant cha indala. So this kechumo chaidura 나나 네 나르시도 먼저 가리 option 니 그런 좀 clear 차지 PPT 샴바지 그게 시작합니다. 네가 쉬어야 되지. 선나 나도야. 진짜 좋아하는 시셔도요라. 진짜 좋아디요라. 이모니 당보리 쉬도라 시라. 가리가 지 마일스톤 안에 딱 개추셔지 진짜 좋아디 stream selection 데 차고. 그런 stream selection 제지요라. But whether you go to the science, arts, humanities or after class 12 you join to the vocational center or 가리 제라 디 개추고 직차고. 라 사다다 디 나오는 감독이 있다. 개슈슈디 까리기 있다. stream selection 나오라. myths and facts go to the 개추고 쳐야 라 so the myth is one stream is naturally better or more prestigious than others. Lai chora. Mixing it the things some divas making yamadona science the pet home te chora anjoi. Susu pu the science the kimchi pu the science the joyna susu pu the first time chora that the pama ala lewa na ra. Hajina thompa kimchi pu science the do kyuk ma do ne lai chora. Because in science thing anjoi ki pe superior chini shaido. Samu yaho tangna yora every stream is equally important. Changma chiku chikyane. Yora manzo ki chizo jina lega chesala tana yora. Science chiku bugi lega chugo mare. Student with the background of humanities in the field. Student with the background from the commerce is working there. Student from the vocational line is also doing a working there. So stream changma equally important chawor. Ding manzo ki yora mentality na di le de ke chubur. Science na lewa na shudi but my bache. Kajan tomba kimse pu the science the doing na maybe korana ability the interest you get. And karangi pu the shemba chile interest you get. As a parents, pu ki interest ability la support cheya shigara. Okay, you pu dila go to. So how can I support him? How can I motivate her to do better? Feel manzo things sa mi kalor keta chumbo the indiyora. Feel chim mi tungi mi da. Feel kanjo manjo mi keta chumbo thaya do. Ra odi la shi shayad ke chumbo chaydo. And then your stream does not completely limit your future. Anchi kala na manzo ma stream chik dam chana ani nga karya thana la tha digire la chora. Ta things sa manzo ge yora education system pe mango change chaur. Interdisciplinary concept li da pha ju jo gya go. Yora manzo kira kisi min de jinda science dam yona ge yora you can if you are feeling like you can choose other option after class 12 you can shift. So they mare ke kara stream chik dam chana now I'm locked with that only like de chukpo ki concept ma simi chik and then I should choose based on what my friends are doing or what society expect me. Tadi trans loge pu ina herd mentality la gonyu yur. HER de herd la de manzo look la pheje tang da. Ta look chik na look chik yora di chola doya go tu na look shemba de ko follow shin to the rest of the ship has no idea why that one ship is going on that direction. Follow chine do de worda. Hajo de kawale le jo me ha go marda. Dara ngana zu pu na dara dongi thokpo de la do do and thokpo ki wa do de jora. Ra ni thokpo nursing chi do ngai po yim nursing cha do shin. You have no idea why he is doing nursing. He might be having a bigger planning after completing the nursing. Ni kara yo ma haji kara thokpo la follow chine do there. So that kara ki leba na lo go through ki ni interest kare ni ability kare nga kha chya do ba do. It's not ki ni phama ki nga di chile do ni thokpo di cha do like the my baje kara ki moni interest ability le shi sha de ke shmo chai do ra. The stream kala le de mang ji da ha I will very fast on this ra. Science kala sha ore science kala la manjo ki yora PCB stream chigyor science kala la. Yeah, physics, chemistry, biology, di manzo mang cheta la tu medical re la orta khan. Kisi kana doctor chingi do na PCB dam bor. Ra di mai ba non medical career pe mang bor yang pu ga chen le do. Nga PCB len sai doctor ta ine che ma option min do nga kha che gore na stream yu ke mangu pe. PCB the doctor medical line che ku mar din nang lo le pe mangu pe environment ga cha yore zoology ga cha yore. So there are lots of career aspect under that. Yora and chi manzo kana PCMC for the engineering student. Kisi kara maung ba architecture do da engineering da dinde chigyo na kara jine chungi chua thwen sa chela physics, chemistry and maths should be your option. Ta chi manzo pu ki khaji dam ke lana di lokta khashi la yor PCMC la sta computer science te chor kis. Yora ta di na kara ya chila computer engineering da din zo ala ma do ya la yora kebe ma su. Lokta khashi nge ma manzo lokta do na yara chunju ga kana PCBMC sangma yor. Yora ta so Keshuju de kyoran jina chua thwen sa chela lokta export che de ke chumpur kawa lokta la stream khante ti du lai chora ta manzo kalimbong STS kalimbong do na manzo la PCB chupur ra ta dene chi lokta shemba la khar tu dinzo export che de che ra and then ta khante do chi gyora juna ya pur la na the ones who enjoy experiment and scientific concept ra science na mang chi ra experiment ga la che ra and you should have a great or good in logical thinking. Samlo chikor ni ta do chigora dinte kala yora shukchubu yoro ra and like problem solving logical thinking interested in technical medicine research dinte kala yoro chira ta kare option dita mang cha ha ko desin ra and then commerce stream ra commerce is all about working with this maths and numerical Right? That din our accountancy yore, business yore, economic yore, and maths the yore, optional yore. That's entire the such a hashila yore, math, commerce the yore, with maths yore. Hashila yore, maths the lingo mare, yore, economics the dizulinia, Pugasha yore, ninja banking down, internal drag in the Burger, maths, kaji basic stone mena, young dili donga, commerce continue. So for that, Kurana Kari option yonana, commerce without maths, like Kurana option chick. And then humanities. And history, political science, geography, psychology, sociology, economics, and language. That they put language, society, behavior, they will go into the humanities line. So the case ultimately your interest, your strength and aptitude, and what you want to be in the future. And then you will be able to identify. Right? And then you will be in the class 11 and 12 for the next 2 years. In a particular one field. Commerce, science, arts, field. That did and new education policy 2020. They according bachelor master and then if you want to do MPhil share and then PhD in door. That is a bachelor the low she child. There are 4 years of bachelor. That didn't do Kalana, Kisita has in a chungi to go Pujichera, Niki, Zinachungi, bachelor to Lopson Chador. Tanga logic chilla, I don't feel like doing. Niki college exit Chiwaina, not a certificate ticket. There are certificate like Chikurangi, particular Karine and the Gala certificate ticket. And the next, Kisikara, Loni, Lopchong BHS, because of any reason, Kara exit Chiwaina, Karana diploma certificate ticket. And then Losum Karangi bachelor Chiguna and Gunding also bachelor degree certificate degree. D Karanga degree. The Kisi Karangi bachelor the low she Chiwaina continues Chinura without exit Kiman Machina, Karala bachelor degree come to Karala honors or research Kaji D Karanga degree. D Tumchi Saje. The Kisi in the Mapu Yura Tango de Nigi bachelor Losum Che and bachelor you. India another kissing a master chawa duguena, master the Guden Ashiloni round show. 2 years of mastering. Kissing Mapu, Niwa de Chengegi, bachelor lo she chera, and then a master chawa duna, a master lo chik chuma. The education system saw. And then MPhil lighting also that Chisu Mego Chado. That daddy can kissing around the master lo ni chain, master lo chik chesana, Karan PhD chagi, Duba Chiglo. Chikala Karaya than the bachelor 4-year lash. Bachelor 4 year plus 75 marks with National Eligibility Entrance Test lecture NET. Sorry, National Eligibility Test lecture. Declare Chawena direct after 4 years Kurang me there and it PhD chair but you call up Chito. The young Gacha particular Chilongo, the Bachelor Lo Shi Tuan some Kurang call up the Raimido. Kurangi Bachelor Lo Shi Chitu 75 and above marks Rago Chita NET which net declare net the UGC which net clear China and Kurang direct PhD chair. That is education system now so clear. That is Halana Yorata, Zinachungi late. Tanga Hania Chungi Sajila, Tanga Hantes of John Chore, like Amazu Chuachi Chedo. Those are Tampo de Kalana, Gundek on the traditional way of doing a further study. The Kalana Kura, Zinachungi Twin Savachila, BSc, Science Puena, Bachelor in Science, Kangalopchung chair, particular subjects to Chicken and I'm going to BA Chungri Desert BA in particular subject, Bachelor in Arts in History, Bachelor of Arts in Economic, Bachelor of Arts in Geography, Harling in a D chair, and Commerce Pujina, BCom, Bachelor in Commerce. That did not answer the case education. New Chedang General honors line. General the Kalana subject combination range. For example, not doing a bachelor the general. Negi bachelor the not doing a bachelor the Dalama Tolobura, Dalama Institute for Higher Education, Bangalore in each area. They don't need bachelor la history English and psychology lobje disum name da mi ge ra ya pu gashi psychology tanda rang yoge jilo khonjo gi bachelor lo sum de la particular subject ku le ja BA in psychology lo sum tharang lobje ngala explore chi de dina manzo BA honors la do particular subject chi rang la lobje chi ja di chi gyore niwa de kala professional courses ta nik tang ne doctor chi la do da ani khare nga architecture chi adu ila na ya BA in architecture ka di chi se na do da ani law lawyer chi ila na ani ha common law khare entrance test ta do yora tinje wale tinje na manzo professional course tinje khare na khora na yora particularly khara entrance exam chi ki through ne khara further study chi ha do yora tinje manzo khare professional course ta ni manzo chi sha wora and then we are having a skill based course the skill based course ta sheba tinjo khare khewala na tada manzo bachelor ta tinjo che na mang chi theoretical je khara jine chi na degi ne gigi chi legi ne lecture deliver chi gre khara changi ne concept patarang idea di che jura ta manzo skill based la babdu practical na ma jurta kisi pesh na yora ma me ki bachelor psychology che na ma thwa da yora I'm not ready to become a school counselor ka jane ga thuri chang ne dera practical is different ra ta kisi में skill based occupation da dera example here animation the photography culinary arts la do kisi पूछ में दे animation chang yona further study la kurang as a skill based subject in le na konso kurang thwa da ya lega opportunity de yora radio ka jane ko skill de 가져 logic logi kurang 가져 chang ko skill tharang la focus te ni ko lega chi chiora so kurang animator chana animator dekala na khawai ne ko demand le skill da so that is skill based any option che your the kurang skill above and the last one is vocational education and training ta manzo paper do na ta Dehradun ge ITI jinda buwa gewa chuwa dinju ye ne kurang jo ta dinju na kara particular trade chi kala kurang la skill ti peshna mechanic kala but motor soya rang ga ji skill kala kurang yora logic da chaga indi kan di chari amena bakery chi pu kala kurang yora ta arang kala lob jong te de chora dinje na manzo kala na vocational base ka ta kurang yora jinda jungi thyen du yora based on your interest and ability kurang khawa la do da option di sangma yor kurang further study chi yora as a normal 3 to 4 years of education formation they don't degree and with your interest you're a professional course tamne lega chine digore and then also you're a skill based course kana dichine things are skill based in joge man chungmu ligido dinte kana explore chine digore and then you can also do the vocational also so de mare ki kyora chigrang guni do go yo do mane dinte mare ne chishena so any question that you want to ask chiwa yona
Teşekkürler. Ben bir konuşmayı anlatayım. Dünyada 진짜 시외에 되는 진짜 중요한 이제 차례다. lokta masri pekim tsampo ani masri pekim la mozo dunam gelada yorda ine mozo 진짜 중요한 것도 망쳐 디노zo 공수 쇼와지디 잠재도 송지 시외긴 니 액티비티 당 상마 시도도 걸려야지 진짜 서야지요 무슨 유명 마시라면서 네가 하는데 표정이랑 gelado 돌레리스타 이네 아디보도 공수 쇼긴나 제나 잡되는데 진짜 저 저도 어디야 스타일이 좋아하면서 어느 정도 진짜 좀 튼 사람 아니 내지 스트레스 비슷이라 아니 마트도 career option 뒤에 diverse도 interest 가서도 the soaring part psychology MBBS 가서 interest this 이도요 간디 쇼를 하면 보는데 안 단단히 니 2026 apply 달성되어요 니 apply register in the year and 디나 시비에 슐랭이 psychology라 딜라 register 치니 다 맞아요 BCP streaming 사이즈로요 맞아 MBBS 마인 바요라 career option unique 소든지 가요를 아니 psychology 그런 거요 아무도 BA psychology 당 BSc psychology para lecture mix 가요인데 요래
메토시나 쉐시라 아니 에다나 당보디 아니 PCB the medical rail hours ra so other than the doctor maim baya shaba khari yore la chura ta din alo la anzu chik yora environmentalist ka jida ga mongo pure environment ka study che chik geneticist ta de konyu yu mi genetic formation ka study che yora dinde ka la di che yora di chik che ani shaba chi anzu ta da khare psychology khora nang rikpe mongor forensic psychology example Yora anzo the crime patrol that the junior the laga cha duda in the field of crime. Yora forensic psychology cha. And then I think we have a clinical psychology. The hard clinical chair but need to focus the counseling on a map habra. But kara miss them newa da the dig on a deal chin on yora laga chair clinical psychology. So in the chine yora so hello the interesting my magic karangi interest like shishani hachi do leisure. So maybe the like around do na subject psychology and then sorry pa ra confuse cha de that samay abadana yora psychology de yara so sorry pa na pishuk chumbu ling yor kisi kara mau ba yora sorry pa chewa dugu yona yora they will be a part of a psychology me say on the Buddhist psychology la yora the nge ge log jo major che di western psychology yora nge ge changyo gi concept ganza wala based in the western country chige gi khalo khewang da de gi shisha to ni I've studied yora then I think anzo ki sorry pa gi shunga ma do na anzo Buddhist psychology yora te keshobuji chahora. So when the Buddhist psychology and modern psychology come together, you can do a lot in that field. Marandona nyegi when I was marangi master che de yura side by side nyegi yanda Nalanda diploma course la jango keshi doji ramdu lagi te namdu Tibet house queen ni di yura logic de chagi chai hoga bras. So inde do ya karangi field expert chine digir yura ki phajo okay nga psychology la interest to sorry pala interest to ni ka feel zomsa ga jikare hawai expert chi thu sare la jora o dinte kana yang kara shu kya thuna na so maybe that kurang la yang help chi thule or chi kurang thwa da di khajini I want to become a like get into the sorry pa and why I want to get into the psychology then ni reason find out che jora and reason dingi align chi thu do mi do khajin kurang psychology ni thu maybe you have a reason why you psychology or you might be having a reason also and then you got the reason the common so it will make you clear now anyone else who could interest the ability to support share the pama you don't catch share the by baje tonga kimse ki bumo di chi du kyoran di chi jizo na 다 켜다다 이제 내가 제 파마지 스테이터스 가와리기래 라이브가 소 이다 딜리기도 네 많이 봐 가지고 ultimately 내가 디 포랑이 제라 그라 so 포랑이 제도 마음 발아 포디라 강에 태야기 두절레도 he can accept that 가지고 네 decision 내 레라이저라 심바 제마 포디 가레고니 잘해도 강에 티도 they will blame on you 아마 그라인 바가 땅살 나디 나라 레 라이브 나기 통유요 그라 포 내가 지치되래 not because 거랑 interest in 지고 말해 파마기 제 슝기 내가 빼 앞으로기래 다 등상 슝기 내가 내 개런티 믿어 다 인디 가들리도 한 부기 파마 내줘 그랑이 마땅 마땅 이 미지 거할레스 내줘 so when the child take the in charge of their decision them chesay mar so they will accept ki marang re la jora ni ki decision me now marang ki digano go kon chini che chesang 파마기 lengi ke cheshede support share decision major decision lenga le de yura pungyam do keje je ke shubor andi ma pama ashi pe yamedo 그럼 가래지나 제여라 제양 제라이라 부기 람가 거 두메트릭 마시야죠 니 마이 마치 부기 메이저 디시전 리드 지네 주어라 스트림 셀렉션 레야 이나레 지네 중이 제가 토로 바라 두고도 코스 칼레 애플라이 치도 코스 카와라 애플라이 치도 닌종아라 도나 제데 계셔부르 as a parents 그라 트릭 레이저라 니 부딘데 지 두고도 니 가진 지고라지 미치기 그나 부 도로 치다 가진 지고라 한번서 과 지기 내도 나는 괜찮다 내게 되어라 그 금제지 다에 교지 파마직 치니 so as a pama around to your pool account to interest the ability to support cheche put the lamba this trick of shade to some guide cheche yura am pama rangi ya career gaji guidance chidu mena manzula pula yura ra counselor so manzula dewa chenere ye na mi shebara dewa chini guidance ne yura kyarangi pu doctor chini duna pu di short mena ya kyarangi mo shwa indi gi gun doctor chinu yo yo de zo guidance 시 줘야 돼. 된제게 탑시 제디 파마기레기 기초시 차기래 해서 뭐. 라.
So this year we tried to bring the resource person in person. Voilà. 어떻게 나니로나 나라조라 resource person 숨요래 scholarship, career guidance and then government of Sikkim के part के रुआ दिने हम जो government of Sikkim part जिम्मे सर जो कुछ offline based paper 제마디가 말하죠 online based paper와 다 달라만 저기 답시 요구치로 치네 다 말하죠 스페셜이야 매번 중요로 받는 거스 페네 아니 답시 남바데 되게 다 페이지 테스트 이제 주변 임팩트 야가 요레스 the tending you 마음 걸어야 제대로 오지 못하겠다 딩거를 주고 feedback 나라서 선보 단계 단계체 아니 니네다 파마 나라서 그 세미나에 두바다 아니 파마네 나라서 feedback 나오나 그런 노고도 내야 봐 가르쳐라야 야겠다는 것도 내 가르 노고도 내 아니 파마도 그렇지 록록이 맞아서 그렇지 in terms of the timing also 봐 sometimes we feel that it may not be very important that we wait towards the end of the academic session maybe we can do it midway 봐 in the midterm right on the chair you see it so we have to do a little bit brainstorming what the people are pama number ge mo so na loktu ge so na tuje chane khari yaga yusare so ta also Dokham Chushi Gangdruk it's a part of support lo du gala ta chale ma mo thola ya khatu ni engage du gala also yejata ni senga jiya ge 당도 상자 중발에 자 니생가 the ultimately the shuno ge budget 로 지금 fund run 지도 gala on the clash 중발에 so we drop that date 어때 되다 보시네 어디 띵겨라야 지야 지도 지도가라 어디 제투마송 왔다 세시 쇼가이나 타마데나 어디 고생이 되가라 어디 제베이 되도록 지가 세시슈에 now you have understood a bit of how to choose your career. Now the biggest question is, can you fund it? Can your parents fund it? And can you pursue it as your other the so what are the assistance? What are the funding from the Central Tibetan Administration? Department of Education scholarship section so he'll be joining online and session the two big jelaya the yakisi madam chi romana so ya you can definitely approach her personally also so nanas nyamdo thanda scholarship section CTA ne loksan thagilate phenamzu ani gela la ya naranso Dokham Chushi Gangdruk ge chopane sabshune thaganashi dela ya naranso Gangdruk ge chopangage 고작 상마대 배유 안 thaganashi naranso 통라야 Gangdruk 산에 투소게 소소 아니 공을 지원줄라에 데라 배유 안 단대차라야 나란소 삼보자 개랭봉게 아니 residential counselor madam 준이도 말라 데라 배나유 안 다가나시 나란소 데 강도 산에 마데숑게 Directorate of Technical Education ke jingmi wazilin pasa naranso 데라야 그래서 배나유 아니 같나 가지고 next session di sada gelage session de sha yuei 안 단대차라야 나란소 게 쇼게 문도게 session di how to choose your career and career guidance in it and choose normal session is there are two sources yuei gela and gela session yebati presentation of various scholarship tholladeshas yuei and I give the stage to gela
아니 포인트스와 아니 이게 강조조직 아니 지금 진짜 선수 고도 이름들과 아니 뒤에도 아니 상호제니 거기서다 미 기시 독주요와 지나 아니 주로 아주 중점이 단다 아니 아직 그러면 뒤단다 쉬기도 그러다 체인자로 시스템과 아주 마스터야와 아니 주로 지와요와 지니 아주 단다 세션 비슈로 아주 지와기 디지털로 나셔이 다 아주 니가 다 포함된디 되는 지는 디지털 이거나 단다 시릭 토너 블로그스 레시스 있잖아 시릭 내공기 있잖아 미치 시릭 내공기 있잖아 로타고 있으니까 로베 크리티브와 데이터가 단다 로베 이거라니 제시시게 이 인비가 단다 아주 다리 가서 주시 먹고 주인이 되지 단다 제가 넣으십니까 데이터가 이 강 요별 지수이 단다 말하기 단다 계제시에 되는 거가 아니 전체 쪽으로 이 가시지게 이제 게지 단다 뒤차비고 디나로 가서기 단다 지오 파이낸스 스콜러십 아니 가레 유니 아니 제가 기시 미슈 겨워지시나 아니 이자 가르가르 거리 required documents 아니 다다 그게 주제 중앙에서 가지고 저 annual scholarship application 디 필업 지단서와 배제시 겨워서 아디냐도 가지고 자가 슝게 히마자 슝게 가지고 리서치 마무시제 수체선이 봐 리서치 이 가르가르미 아니 단다 가지고 지게로 좀 지혜가 거가 먹고 줄이 이 가르면 아디냐도 가지고 시제디게 자가 먹고 시제 scholarship awards와 이 가르가르미 제 아니 가지고 시제디 글로벌 유흥다 아니 그 조성 사실 주요 미치 가만 유시가 다 당국들은 가지고 시리 토로글로비 시월에서는 듀 애널 스콜러십이가 듀 애널 스콜러십 나로가 아니 가지고 이해와 숨을 지치게 다른 가지고 undergraduate scholarship 아니 postgraduate and PhD scholarship and other scholarship을 찾고가 이들은 딱 가지고 제제 주요가 이들은 undergraduate scholarship 나로가 가지고 딱 디리 야마이나 가지고 시리 리그 scholarship 가지고 세트 주요가 아니 가족이 마스 토이나 가족 아기 야네나 도수스 그다음에 하이어 마 가족이 토이나 가족 노비언이 망아요. 아니 기시 가족이 마스 끼고 요르시는 가족 나비디 찍고 되는 가족이 노비 찍고 뭐냐면가 아니 디디 이거를 갖다 가족이 야마디 가족이 메리 베이스 스콜러십과 다 치수 이동 24수 나가지고 노비언이 채시사가 즉시 강사 요하다 다가 가샤기가 지시 강사 교환당 제 가족이 가리 런치를 뉴 스콜러십 스킨 2023에 런치를 이 나보다 가족이 스콜러십 차단 교환당에 교환당 가는 가족이 스콜러십 이 가족 이해와 수면치 스콜러십 엑셀런트 스콜러십 버시티 스콜러십 앤 서플리멘트 스콜러십 아주 되게 나는 불중론의 프로큐어론의 카사브르베는 이 이해와 수면 가족이 바켓 수면에 이해와 러시드 바켓 수면이라 이 이들의 기시 프로그램 약고 요하되지나 가족 엑셀런트 스콜러십 아니야 로켓이 그래요나 아니 지금 웨리어블 다 클래스와 다이어리지나 로켓이 벌써 다 대대주나 이런 로켓이에요. 아니 대니 가지고 서플리멘트 딱 조선가 강지티 양의 요와시나 가지고 서플리멘트 스콜러십이 있고 디베도 가지고 있다 아주 베이크 스콜러십이 가지고 대대수가 요와시인데 디베도 가지고 대대 레이지 있다고 봐. 여기 excellent scholarship 이거는 가지고 부디 단다 가지고 부 야고든지 맞다 우로조 야고 이거 인지 이거는 가지고 빅 투도 단다 가지고 제일 scholarship aims to support the richest students in their pursuit of access to the best available quality education by taking into consideration so applicant academic data 부디 가지고 lokta lok종 간제유미 lokta 나로 거라주기 아니 leadership skill 간제유미가 거라 job 간제유미 또 차상지 가졌다고 부디 담야나 기시 부디 담야 버시는 가지고 시점 단다 가지고 calculation 집행들의 calculation 디나로라 he need to score minimum 75% to be eligible right eligible 뭐에 가지고 부디 담들어 뒤에 거라 가지고 eligible 가져라견이 뭐 가져라견이 가지고 부디 이생하시 되는 거지 우 이생아 디단들이 이생아 디나 가지고 로지컬 스콜러십이 150,000 Yeah, according to course duration 그 기시 course duration 로시나 로를 갖고는 뭔지 돈을 넣고 150,000 지기래 아니 기시게 단다 나도 양 사기지 샤야 단데 내가 excellent scholarship 그래서 기시 first year 그 excellent scholarship 150,000 라와데 지나 second year continue journal scholarship 코란 benefit 하게 continue journal 아니 코란 first year academic research 75% 이쯤 지고 와 근데 이는 아주 부디다 하는 데 만수나 나가다 아이는 다에 공안에 세디 가야죠. 딱 아주 딱 쪽 약도 이렇게 아주 바꿔 잡아도 가야죠. 이런 아주 딸용이 세치는 가야죠. 아니 카시 쪽 약도 요같이 아니 나기 가마까지 나다 나니까 강의다 이제 그게 그마도야 지겨워. 이제 쪽 약도에는 아주 노벨 디벨 때문에 당시 코란이 가래 요가디 에게제닉이 공통 가야죠. 어디지 지금 됐어요. 이 가지고 다들 밖에 정보를 제게 excellent scholarship. Excellent scholarship 가장 한지 스코프를 해줘라. 근데 to qualify for the scholarship one must achieve your scope calculation of at least 75 해줘라. 75 간지 쓰기 해줘. How we calculate 해줘라. 이제 되지. 딱 그러니 가는 가지고 class 12기 마크 시트가 이거 가장 중심 넘어가 버리지. 걔는 진짜 중이라. 가장 가래 답변이 가장 중심 넘어가 버리지. 아니 걔는 진짜 중이라. 부위가 가지고 렌즈죠. 가지고 자체 리스트가 나타나는데 아니 걔는 기시가 없다 나로라 군집이가 공무집이 가능한 시리 대국이 동계 순위의 베스트 서티피케이트 이 캐나가 여가지나 걔네 지나 까봐가 가는 지고 추가가 가는 지고 중국가 가도 이런 지고 이런 아주 견제 손질 지고 아니 스포츠 캠페인이 버티시나 로다 가와지는 되게 그것도 캐나가 로다 나오도 캐나가 해보이 치나 해도 치나 이런 거는 좀 빨리 시지고 아니 포인트 주식 미세 가는 로다를 지 아주 로다 이 차선 포인트 주주는 가져라기도 우리가 가져라기도 베스트 스쿨 캠페인 포인트 차선 범죄 아니 75 미니멈 내 Central Tibetan Administration 먼저 자제제도 지마 장비를가 다 먼저 포인트 같이 calculate 해줘가 이 지금도 와 잠깐만 이거나 ताता दिरे पॉइंट दिरे किसी केरा क्लास 5 ला क्लास 12 ला केरा के बोर्ड एग्जाम दिले बेस्ट 5 सब्जेक्ट को बेस्ट 5 सब्जेक्ट दिले केरा के किसी स्कोर दे 89 ना केरा आउट ऑफ 60 केरा ना 53 ना हो यानी किसी केरा बी ला मैंने लैंग्वेज में केरा बी ला ऐसे क्या नहीं कैसे किसी ऐसे कहते हैं मतलब चीज़ ना केरा ना आउट ऑफ 25 नहीं केरा ना आउट ऑफ 25 नहीं केरा 22 ना हो तो किसी बेस्ट पे है ना बेस्ट पे कैसे सुन दो हुआ स्कूल कैंपेन स्कूल जाते हैं कि यानी किसी खेला की लगता नहीं करना लगता है बाजू लोग तो हमारे जवाब चीज़ें व्यू लगता है हमारे जवाब तब तो हमारा हमारे इंटरेस्ट चीज़ होगा लगता है कि खेला ना खंडे जब आप खंडे जो मैच होगा दी खोला तो शिफ्ट चीज़ें कैसे चीज़ किसी कैसे खेला भी ना है तो ना you have scored 87.4 कल 87.4 75 above 50 का qualified छागो qualified छागो तो मतलब देने scholarship excellent scholarship इनिशियल गैप बिचको किसी खेला ना वीक में वाले चीज़ ना वीक पर तो तुम्हारा ये वीक ज़रूर शायद टिबेटन ज़रूर शायद भी बोला हम खेला 65 मशीन लिंगो हमारे 65 लिंगो बोला खेला क्वालिफाइड छाप हो हमारे और ऐसे देखा एक्सीलेंस स्कॉलरशिप रा डिटेल मतलब एक्सीलेंस किस तरह स्कोप सीधा चल रहा है डिटेल क्या चलता था चल रहा ये डिटेल तो ना अने तथा Additional answer with the form children, the lot of gene natural. The carrier the excellence reference form natural. And the Chacha Chuchu lot of jail, excellence scholarship. He said each of the Georges, and the Chara, and the Persian doctor, and the Scottish Shepherd Dollars, and the lot of take up Georges. Cannot finish get to the Sunday chip who go over it. He did a lot of around the Javachi, a lot of around and a lot of the principal disciplinary committee, the head where the head, the class teachers, they don't know correct total for correct total for any out of 10 correct score check this score check the answer with my judge answer the right one did it for a kisi I mean judge to answer any kind of action so the indication should run it action the lot of running computer chahan jago 이 answer the reference form judge to judge or did it go the answer in the new book is saying as w this thing is chasan did any correct answer 니와 이게 다들 세리 이제 차장이 다들 그 리스트가 아주기 나님으로 그 외에 이거 그 뒤주 자식이 아주 이슈 데스 익스펜스와 이제 그거는 아주기 톱 스코링 25 이렇게 나오죠. 이 나고 그 이제 데스크와 이 아주기 가는 엑셀런스 스콜러십이래. 딱 이거들 좋아하시는 버시티 스콜러십이에요. 록조 그러면 버시티 스콜러십 디카르는 아주 스콜러십이 아니 아주 다들 지도 나로로 보고 얘기해 주고 보고 얘기하기 다들 대직하시지 차리고 가려는 남자들 연다 내야죠. नेमा तक मतलब नंसी जे शेरी जे डिपार्टमेंट एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ द हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ होम कॉन्फ्लिक्ट द कमिटी थॉट जे साइड का शिफ्ट चिगा बिको शिफ्ट जे कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ये यांता रेनो सी कोडिट and coach jigo dije bu ibache ani niwa dikhale orphan cv orphan wa ani super dikhale na family the nambi or family with three or more and nambi namal suje suje manga yoga che chana pota le bu yoga che na di dije na chu 아니 다들 CG에 다 세련된 산이 군지 다 이제 시작 다들 생각 미국학 다들 예제 부에와 근처차고에 아니 별의 용이에와 스튜던트 폼 집에 아니 다들 lokta kushu lokta kha ka de kige wa kige de leje ke pui ba de sin na chu ko re ani loktu ka de phel yong nge che ba ni kang nge wa de sin na sin na chu ko ta ke ru kha shi chu ju ke ru de ye ba de sin na ani ga ju ke ta da pro ju ma ku cha na chu shi ta ko cha na chu shi da che lo chi na one lakh ji go scholarship one lakh ji go re ani de ko ta ko chu da me na ba ju geng shu ni shi ta form ni kha ta ga ju geng shu ni che ne 갱쇼 뒤에도 갱쇼 더 되게 해줘봐. 기시 미 orphan 냠타 내 family literacy education study goes in community recommendation form. You have to seek the recommendation form the several officers, right? And a student from Tibet and child that get locked up that they see the permanent staff, child, the school principal in the any CTA staff that the public service commission in the any student with special needs the moment you change that the mistake I do chiway amji lane go jamni lane go jamni the form 1 children but to gangsho form 1 dash the the settlement officer you take over the jamni chiku karan koran category khare ne wa simo orphan je wa nyamta je mane che da re da ta the settlement officer the take over and it had after school principal take over and lazy but take over. The issue is a young order and that need to be signed and stamped by the concerned approval of concerned office, right? And it did because this someone take over in a game should even the B form B2 did mix the color and mix the color and the meeting the post the Mama education. Recommendation for families with 3 or more color that who Nambi who can't say it. who the chata the locuti go and the sunny was it the people jamni je the settlement officer chipo the jamni je sort of soon the mama je mare and the courage la sort of the sunny was it jamni yo the cinema to the should need to become the policy the point calculation in the chipo chicken and again there's out of 70 they class 12 tops the best 5 subject out of 70 and we cut it and best and school captain out of 100 you need to score minimum 50% to be eligible, right? Nyamta ek bache and the score calculation 50 and the Korean university not to go. Score calculation the chico chica the only difference is that class 12 the judge to child excellence the judge and the after the no watch after the out of 70 classes course all the 다 가족의 가게 수가 되면 서비스 스콜러십 대비 아주 가사 부르는 능미대다 약보여 주시라 아버지자 요와치 봐 능미대다 약보여 와치 통교 요와치 이내 맞을 그 슈비 아니 가사 주지고 왔다 다 부로를 더러 들도 걸어 소식도 유해 걸어 이 거를 맞을다 기시 부디 맞을 루미 쇼어 되시는 맞을이 다 맞을 서비스는 가사 주지고 스콜러십 아니 가서 엑셀 스콜러십 말하기 버스 스콜러십 할수 아무래도 렌탈 용지 친구도 아주 차차다 놓지 서비스는 이제 네가 가서 고 이제스 이제 로지를 뽑아가 주지 봐 아니 로지를 무지를 줘야 가서 가서 콜레지 변호사 때 이거 for second year third year 봐 이제 와서 가서 이치고 아니 고디 기시 가서 니슈 개그가 니슈 찍으시 야 주마 봐 아주 니슈 해야 줘라 기시 엑셀런스 고지 엑셀런스 니슈 잡나 엑셀런스 기시 프로를 잡나 야쇼로 기시 말아 가지고 for capability next किसी बस्ती मार्केट के लिए किसी बस्ती लेवल से सप्लीमेंट के मार्केट ये इशू चेक मशीन क्या चुन मारे ऐसे मारो फरक कैटेगरी इशू चुन मारते हैं सप्लीमेंट भी कितना ना तो पॉइंट कैलकुलेशन के चीज़ क्या है ऐसे फरक मिनिमम स्कोर हो चुका है ये मारे ताकि ज़्यादा किसी चीज़ भी किसी करता ना जितने इधर वाले किसी भी मैं वाले चीज़ ना ये ज़्यादा इस जगह दिखा हुआ होगा जितने इधर कंट्रोल जोंग चला हुआ जोंग चला जितने वाले माचू खा रहे ना माचू की क्लास 12 में इक्विवेलेंट टेस्ट लेंगे किसी केरा도 간다 파이에 갱도를 간다 내중이나 부익 내와지나 티베탄 서브젝트 내와지나 아니 기시 부익 신기요 와지나 이 클래스 간다 가지고 가자 부익의 자체 리스트가 시제와 이 소수 클래치 리스트는 나도 이제 자체 지금 했는 거지 누구나 아니 디 가서 이제 내가 거래 이제 파스 그거를 미니멈 23 스코어 치고 기시 스코어 치와지나 아니 계란게 간다 칼큘레이션이 나오다 계란 부익 누구 아니 부익 칼큘레이션 Exactly. We never seen that. Both it is your mixation. That is should have post-graduate scholarship provision, post-graduate 아니 가서 post graduate PhD 나도 가서 post graduate 부 계속 주시다. 아들 믹스하다 post graduate 제가 가서 스케일이 로빈 뛰고 어디 이라 가서 부 계속 주시다. 거래 아니 비디오 가서 스콜러십 제일 올라가 주시고 PhD 가서 공주다 거래 제가 이거 스콜러십 좀 가지고 Tibetan professional scholarship program actually was look at the program is not scholarship. The rate of post graduate undergrad minimum 60% scholarship. We have a decision about who can have and scholarship is the program of undergrad, they go to low language, they go to continue driver first master first year minimum 55%. DNA scholarship take the work. But the PhD version of the scholarship go to the student, scholarship move the order to stomach and for the low, and their logic to join for progress research years and your original activity. The prevention professional scholarship version or the Kubichek Lobinas, Kubichek the master program she did, Kavan, the Japan, see over this. He's the master, she to be over it. And got to get the case undergrad to Reha over this. Too much for the tuition fee not receiving it. Case tuition fee, the boom sheet in a boom fee for the receiving different children, plus not tuition fee from the tuition domestic. Here you go, Kisi, can I get tuition fee, the boom sheet, not two, but it's not to boom fee, any additional tuition as boom fee for the tuition domestic. Kisi can I get tuition fee, the low book, the boom fee, but it's 1,50,000 tuition fee, the 1,50,000 different children, plus 75,000 non tuition fee. The low rate of Puna at the budget, his issue generation and not to be online, not to be interview changing out of the code. And the food is so very good in the Ryan, get a children. Now, scholarship center in the years of the Greek and the startup preparatory in the and the sorry for the year, to pull up to the program of and master service startup of the special program of the color of the scene. That the scholarship center is to need career scholarship management and distance education scholarship management. Scholarship teacher. Kisi amchi research seat NDPS research seat kisi kena doctor chiwa ibe and karo need ki je tang je ani kena ki karo the score the opportunity wa desina. If you want to take 1 year gap and you want to join for coaching chiwa desina also ki Akash Ellen coaching kera song biwa. Kisi dite yo wa desina also ki pu nishu shi dambore songa ma pisti ko. Di wa desina also ki need game scholarship and the Pasha program and who issues temple. Kisi kena science student bachera, science background yo bachera, amchi chair da bachera. Amchi ki thande first attempt de kena ke need yoga take chima to bachera and the second attempt third attempt de kena ke need crack chair mai na and kena ma to shiri bikum ki who issues temple. So be for a lot to log on chair la ji ni for a kisi sida chungi la PCB le should the kala chuchu le ko kala chuchu le khate me yo bachera na ke rest de ma table se who issues temple who issued in the Mazuka, program of Chutigo. This need career scholarship. And also be distance scholarship to distance education, correspondence course. Your decision also staff issue that you go, get an issue to go, Kela, and start up issue to go, and other. Did you need to any number of people coming the country, Dr. Muti, Tomazuni, and a legacy by your Dr. Chito and legacy by Sera. Yama Tomato semi damage. Semi damage facing has to be issued in Java to go to the proper Chushi. First year course because complete generation also the mark sheet generation over Chuchi. It is so to post country generation and the distance education scholarship program managing British. That issue of the Kisi Shady your required document carrier occasion of carrier that where occasion to document consider the education something. I'm sure the current Form A law, Form A like that, case should be the document shut on the ground. Form A like that, the call is in the sunny good in the good. The Form A the current cannot let judge of the book with the badge. It is the case should run. Judge of the real some money, judge of the judge will be to badge of Dodora. And cannot go money, cannot get how many judge do because other should do change. This government that Kisi Pama Kaji Bacheva, Pama Yumi Bachera, Pama Tedong Ibadachina, they are cheap good war. In which Pama Nicha the judge of the war. 파마직을 자리 만들 수 있는 거가 아니 데이터 더더 소소라도 이 맞죠. 이거를 계속 파마직 유비 맞죠. 데이터 맞추는 데는 내가 가지고 있는 거를 제재는 거에 이제 아니 가리에 내셔 봤다. 유비에 그래요 이제 아니 다들 대본에 이제 가지 가리에 그 계속 자리 갖다 지에 내가지는 데를 뽕마샤고 그러잖아. 자리 갖다 여가지 누가 따다 튀어가지고 주고 왔다. 근데 폼 디 카르는 가지고 니디요 남기고 가서 보통 배워 이게 첩치는 이 폼 디 카르는 가서 폼과 밥 내줘라. Father of all form 내줘라. 디데 카르는 디디 가지고 이거 가르치는 마스터로 비시는 디 폼도 코레 안더게이트는 디 코레 디 디저트 시는 근데 니 게리아 프로세스 코스 everything was scholarship 가르치고 되지나 폼 디 게이트 폼 디 카르는 살이 뭔지 리딩이 아니 캐나이 버시네 더다제 더다 부에 파마제 살리 뭔지가 이 요야 저기가 짜제 가데 그냥 피키고 라 짜제 가데 키는 살리 뭔지 짜제 되는 때도 미루는 신주지 뭐야 이 폼쇼디 카르는 맞아 내가 없어요 얘만에 가서 폼쇼 야마 뒤두가나 맞아 파마게 짜제 가데 무슈 아니 그 무슈 찾다 유한티가 담고 가고야나 아니 그 거야 근데 이제 내가 어제 살리 뭔지 말하기 신주지 얘네 살리 뭔지 내가 배워서 나한테 내가 주어지고 그랬어요. 다 폼 이거 이게 이제 시작돼 얘가 폼 B1 주가 그다음에 버스 스콜러십들에 근데 폼 B2 레디 버스 우스도 됐으면 막아 이렇게 되는 게 아니 내가 계시로 가는 클래스 12 마크시트 그거 제가 들으니 그 마크시트 그거에 자체치 그거에 and should have best certificate 지가 계시 여어지시는 그 자체치 그거에 아니 계시는 제가 스쿨 캡틴 시어르시는 캡틴 certificate 자체치 그거에 아니 계시 걔라 나니로 들으중이 돼요. 나니로 걔라 로마드지 걔라 게게 돼요. 그러지나 나도 다루 스콜러십 주주 가가지고 걔라 이제 시에 그거를 봐. You have to justify 게게 가진 돼 내서 봐. 어디 기타데 에듀케이션 주고 봐. 이제 딱 가지고 계시 스콜러십 대표 주어지나 맞아 스콜러십에 대표 주어지나 맞아 홈소식을 애플리케이션 액셉턴스 폼 나야지. 애플리케이션 액셉턴스 폼 나야지. 아주 그 부지 스콜러십 담사네 아니 코로나 연계 가이드 이 컴퓨터 카드나 부 더다 소소지 아니 맞아 내가 파티에 파 담보디 콜레지 장고래 파티에 더다 소소 장 근데 가래는 as a proof 가 제가 콜레지 애드미션 차스네 해서가 디 프루프 차고 이제 이 여어지나 콜레지 스타일 시비제 대자고래 아니 더다 대비 디그리션 시고 이 맞아 계시 여어 맞아 시리가 딱 말이잖아 이 가지고 컨펌 차와다 아니 가지고 스콜러십 말아 디스트릭트가 디렉터 폼쇼 여기 계시죠. 딱 맞을 다루기 나도 스콜러십 폼쇼죠. 나도 세다디 땅에 말해. 나도 제가 자주 디데 다다가다 디스트릭이 다루 스콜러십 세다 지원하다 가지고 스콜러십 땡땡데 그리고 나도 애널 스콜러십 디스케인 쇼지 애널 스콜러십 강단 준비해. 디데 가지고 애플리케이션 폼이라 계속 가지고 계속 개조 참여하고 있는 폼 장사 and it's got from they can go reserves they can go to form A kisi form A the form B1 B2 kisi this can show this form show chasa hai and got to issue that Google Meet through the scholarship kisi online form show jaya ba this so much and kisi shiri dishi ko also but this can show us shiri ta tanda di mate ga form show jaya ki room mein ba ite bisu ye diga kisi di link kisi ba jo this form show jaya khade kya bolne ka telugu ka chana shi 다 맞게 next 주의라 next 가서 저희 reserve seat 해줘라 reserve seat 가져야 가지고 나도 reserve seat 리스트 쓰면 시리니구나 시리니 MBPS reserve seat 주교에 이지대기 reserve seat 뒤에 Bfarm reserve seat 지교에 BCB reserve seat 시에 개별 reserve seat 파일 시리니고 최근 reserve seat 야가shum에 마대shum에 reserve seat 가서 리스트 쓴다요 단단하게 원하는데 담보자와 같이 맞게 reserve seat 담보니까 MBPS reserve seat मतलब जो भी होगा दिन होगा दिन थाना मतलब सर्वे की अभी क्या शुरू बिच्चे चाहिए जो बात ठीक है जो मतलब आप रहे SNM कॉलेज ठीक कॉलेज सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की जो है शेंदा जी छाता दिखाने हिमाचल गवर्नमेंट की जो दिस सीट कौन सा ओपन है मतलब दिस की वजह से STS स्कूल है दिस कुछ फ्रेशर कुछ शेंदा सीट छाता ओपन है सुयो में ठीक हो रहे अब पास में के ड्रॉपर्स ने कहा मतलब दी ये कोचिंग थे पूरी होंगे जैसे सुयो में ठीक हो 맞아 IGMC에 자라시는 것에 저한테 들으신 것도 딱 말이시면 쭉 가서 남 두어. 네가 맞아 주슈체 미니멈 가는 거는 BCB에 자주 쭉 거래. 아니 지오이 스콜러십 컬큘레이션 같은 게 나가서 C게 스트레스 지오이. 이 자주 쭉 그리려 보고. 이 기지 자주 쭉 내려 대신에 아주 그 부위 거래 말해 가지고 이 맞아 근데 자주 쭉 내려 기지 부위 해야 되고 나오고 봐. 근데 기시 캐나드 파이 맞지가 야로가 부신법에 매 맞지다가 그런 것도 신다를 두고 와체가 단다 NDPS 기시 기가데 요와지나 그러나 기시 가자 죽기는 주고 이게 나와는 생각 calculation 두고가 calculation 두고가 기시 코라나 지들 죽기가 가자 기주 겹기네나 이 말. 이렇게 기시 코라 지들 죽기가 가자 기주 겹기네나 코라기 스코어 60 차고 60에 이렇게 코라기 V 랭귀지 0에 주고 나 0에 주고 딱 기시 코라기 지들 죽기가 스코어 83 버리시나 and score 58 차서 score 58 이거 he is not eligible for the reserve seat. 라 이제 그 V 땅 그거 V 땅에 V 이거 그 기시 가자 스타가 유쇼 해야 될 수 없는 그거 기시 가자 수 없는 매나 아니 그 자세 개를 아웃 프레드가 자세 아웃 프레드가 자세 개라서 이거 66 이거 퀄리파이 샤워 기시 캐나 프로파일 이거 같이 V 좀 매와 될 리서치 제가 말했듯이 보고 봐라 그다음 기시 V 좀 매와 제가 이내 지대 중기가 코라기 스코어 약분이에요. is eligible right there. So keju is more than enough 61 인 거. 이제 이거가 맞아 이디다. calculation 돼야죠 봐. 그러니까 저기 calculation 돼야죠. 이제 어디 60% 내야죠 봐. 근데 이제 이 정도가 코라 need 이제 단계라. need 이제 qualify 차고 나 코라스고 맞아 비한 담해야 need job scholars 이네 아주 야지 아주 세미까지 디테일에 선생님이 찍히거든요. 뭐 디테일이죠. 이거 내기로나 가지고 need scorer 디레다. 프로세스가 디레다. 가지고 225 매치 받아서 서로 근데 STS가 코란들이 가긴 보면 되는 거. कारण STS 코란스 프레셔십 인디가 코란스 스코어 하이에스가 코란스 남들 STS 또 넘어 이 넘고 코란스 스코어 이게 되봐. 근데 아웃 이거 같은 니트가 코란스 가질 수 없지만 디차타 리서치 뭐 인터뷰디 가지고 스코어십 제스 봐. NDPS research institute 봐. 이슈가 가지고 engineering stage civil engineering 이 예를 mechanical chip computer 이 chemical chip electrical chip बिलासपुर छत्तीस का उज्जैन ये थे सिविल इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिकल बिलासपुर ये थे नहीं कंप्यूटर दी अच्छा सा इतना तंत्र मात्र कि मिनिमम DPC and 50% पूरे ये जियोइक स्कॉलरशिप कैलकुलेशन 60% पूरे इतने लाभ है ना तो फॉरेन सिलेक्शन दिखा जो कि 40% दी क्लास 12 चाहिए 60% दी फॉरेन JEE तक पूरे JEE मतलब JEE टेस्ट तक पूरे दी स्कोर दिखा जो 60% वेटेज चाहिए आणि क्लास 12 के परसेंटेज 40% वेटेज की इतनी बड़ी टीचर के दाम से मानो कि फरक से भी खावा है और इसने मानो चेक को वाह ये तो नहीं लोग मानो ये पता चला मानो कि सिविल इंजीनियरिंग जो आज जुमे हमारे तो पता है आज सिविल इंजीनियरिंग चिक ये वाला चिक मशीन जुमे हमारे अरे देने मानो मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग जुमे हमारे तो पता है कंप्यूटर इंजीनियरिंग की पूरी जुमे वाह 나중에 chemical engineering, electrical engineering 가지고 이슈 양이 거의 중요해요. 그러니까 이 건설 하는 거 쓰니까 이제 맞아 B.Pharm 맞아 삼이 지금에 맞아 월가 우리가 이 센트럴 거기서 비슷해가 근데 45% BC and BCB로 60% 지오이가 비슷해 같은 게 나오는 거 보니까 이라 가지고 보디 시작을 많이 노트가 B.Pharmacy. 되는 것들은 BAC, BH 맞아 리서치 BBC 계속 보지 맞아 자가수 비슷하게 시지고 리서치 인스티튜트 에듀케이션에 다 라이 비교 딱 얘기 좀 시사해요. सिंडिकेट इधर मतलब सभी शीर रहते हैं इन्हें यहाँ तो सभी शीर रहते हैं मतलब कि कहते हैं आज भी माइसोर भुवनेश्वर भोपाल में का मतलब 60% PCB को और 60% जो स्कॉलरशिप कैलकुलेशन जो लोग को हुआ अरे मतलब नहीं लोग पता चला मतलब सभी की शिक्षा मतलब इशू क्या के चुने हमारे भोपाल है ये मतलब सीधी की गेम जो हुआ ये जो मतलब कि शायद भोपाल है मतलब कुछ जो नीचे चुने हमारे मतलब सभी शीर छोड़ा था इशू मतलब डेवलपर रिसर्च से जो सभी क्लास केमिकल चिकरे गोवा ले गुजरात ले इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग चिक गोवा ले प्रिंटिंग टेक्नोलॉजी नी कर्नाटका ले फार्मेसी डेवलपमेंट चिक डेली ले ये मतलब 45% PCB and PCB मतलब सिटी को जो 60% दे बेंच को ये नहीं लोग मतलब पूरा जो नीचे जो मतलब सिटी को पता है तब मतलब रिसर्च से जो तब इशू मतलब कि चिकी लोग ये बताते हैं 지금 우리 먼저 먹고요. 이제 보험 거래시 와서 비슷하다 그랬대 그래서가 아니 코리아 제대 버리시는 아주 우리 디차다 이제 내가 맞아 이 상대 킬값을 봐 제가 차이디 단다 아주 비슷한 제가 코리아 제대 버리스 애소시에이션 스콜러십 배치 치파 인스티튜트 테크놀로지 아니 Tibetan scholarship program actually chalutra. The Korea Tibetan Buddhist Association scholarship like the Matsuki cannot carry the Russia, the Richie Palu to need the Hindu in Matsu done the time for us to Matsu is the Chumi that minimum 70% poor, any current the essay the poor, and the teaching test, read eating check and class teaching with the Kissing the temperature and in a Korea logic. Yama is Korea for a logic, none of the chess logic, Jagan logic, Korea Christian, and then undergrad Roshi posting Korea tradition. And the Koran will be Korea for the English chance logic digore, and Korea English Sawada, and Roshi, and Bunti and Koran will have Joseph and the Google, loaded campus with this year. And also cheaper institute of technology like the master program. Master program is Japan YouTube program the YouTube Japan YouTube fresh and master program pura. They will not get any for the ACT code and Japan language yoga edition, China yoga edition, and British to fast to come. And also interview the Japan Machira, and Japan has not to become a short series. Shortly changing at Puma shortly security has to CIT, that's Korato, and Korato student agency, and the Muslim and Korato looks in the management science, the information and computer science, into and also that Chief Garden of the Tibetan Scholarship Program, Yama did a full practice to reach people on the local knowledge of the people are thoroughly set a cheap money to cheap money. I did the community to come to your money in a year and have a look to Chikisi, but it's a loss to so many, but so much march. Follow to those who so much Magio, and it's literally 10 size logic doctor. Last year we should have been a master lotion, but master lotion and master logic. And the other game is that Jajamat to Mamash Lipu, and the Matu looks in so much too, did all that social media, the Kampu, and difficult Matu at the base of the scholarship, testing, and general written test in Tibetan, TOEFL paper based. The teacher qualified Chapu, the teacher is general written test, Tibetan clear Chapu, TOEFL clear. The teacher clear Chapu, now to the Matu education, Kechu Puchu de Gopa. It is the number of the exam to the poor. 30 top scholars, the WT and the Irish embassy, and the last the Damchani, I did the low key master, the low and on the W of the exit and the chest and the propagation of the HU the Chazam pass to that issue of the scholarship awards, the scholarship award, excellent award and Kandepota award, and academic accomplishment award, all matches that is excellent award with the excellent award. Excellent award the Dilsha, Kisi, Uchi, the score the subject best 5 best 5 the Thompson, this score the 95 and above link original. I don't know the laptop the Tivo. Laptop the original to be Koran is 95 above score original, excellent award, laptop Tivo, and Koran to be Karansala Ketan to be found to the Jibu to Koran Chana. I don't know to be 90 original to Shish Trash, excellent award in the this should have answered the Kandepota award, and the Kandepota award each stream rating under the science team top 3 scholars and the arts team top 3, e-commerce the top 3. Top 3 the proper the total initiative or cash price and you are 15,000 and 10,000. Each stream the number the which you can answer and get number monthly or many members in Koran to the low to this should have answered academic accomplishment award and PhD PhD this is another take and completion certificate award certificate plus award and cash prize from the institution. They are not a case your sharing child relationship. That day because ball matching is also because the success story also, right? Now on trauma, St. Philippines, we don't put more ball matches. The TG ball matches was Sikkim problem. Again, we don't trip get over on I. And then go on have to ball matches. We don't need to. It's as a sharing global the recipients have Jewish scholarship recipients, and so on some children don't need something that I. And then you can do the Namo, Nicola, you don't need to at the tested, and then the Cardinal called at me, rather than the speech and having program therapist, and we use it, you don't research the life, all the different much of the dollars, the other is that there are US state government, government, Canada, Canada, AG, German, Tibetan communities, our children. On the logical budget is 7 to 8 crores, right? On the pool, the Natalia Chedi, who you don't need to restore on the Gota policy. And then the pool, you get the pool, just to go away, and all the pools just stay at the pool. Didn't this on the pool, you go, you just sort of want to get over for them city or city, right? The other city, they would member the other Logan shoe such a the other trust private office, we can have Logan shoe to Tibetan Girls Scholarship, Tibet Fund issue to TCBC Canada issue to TCB Kizi, TC Hangani, and Logan shoe to Asia. This is a Tochena, the Dokham Chushi Gangdruk on that street. So, why you want to change to the street?
이 가수거래 Tibetan aptitude test 때문에 소위 뭐 어떻게 보는 테스트 세션 하잖아.
이제 기침이 그리고 말이 시리로를 니마도 지금 가서 이거 미사 수기 니가 기시 부익 매와 되잖아. 로비 되게 매일 해서 시리로 보기. 아니 저는 부익 인지비 이제 딱 보고 이랬어. 부익 파스 보고 이랬어. 부익 이제 파스 추가 시리로 로비 되게 기시 캐럴 파스 받으면 시리로 로비 되게 매서 때만 가지고 직시 나오고 이랬어. 이래야 니도 미사수 니 맞아 직시 좋았다 했어. 다다 여와 되시면 맞아 기시 로비 다들 카사 로비 쉬어 되시면 부익 내나 찍고 아니 그래서 가지고 부익들을 가지고 가장 일생할 때 기시 뿌디 가지고 포주로 로비 고 로비 쉬어 마시나 콜로 부익 가장 일생할 때라 그래서 부익들을 가지고 외제 직제 가장 일생할 때 미두가보다 콜로비 미라에 디스카고 지가 이제 직제 근데 그걸 리서치 디버전 리서치 라이드 하고 지가 근데 그걸 가지고 부익이 인지비주 국어 말에 제너럴 스콜러십 라이드 기시 가지고 스콜러십 가지고 Dokham Chushi Gangdruk, Central Tibetan Administration. 이 가도 부셔서 될지 있고 이제 매치 가도 기시 커리큘럼이 미니멈 스코어 미드로 있는데 내일 미드로 스코어시 맞죠? 이렇게 요 말에 이게 그거라 이제 매치 거 말에 쉬어봐. 기시 캐럴 리저브가 이 캐럴 레아요 똑같이 봐. 아니 캐럴 비 퍼센티지 동두가 이 가자의 로그 메와이나 아니 캐럴 부위 이제 다에 고갑이 가는 난 고갑지가 가자 일생활 되니까 말 가자 일생활 경험을 그래서 이도 가자 일생활 기시 캐럴로 보고 요하지만 이제 땅고 이제 당시 아니 캐럴이 리서치 왜 엑스텐스 거시인데 이제 야 참여해 줘 봐. 이도 말 고갑지 이체도 이제 땅고 이래야 가지고 제너럴 스콜러십 공부하고 나 내가 가지고 이제 땅고 말에 이거 서비스 스콜러십 내야 줘. 이 제너럴 오픈 다다 가지고 니 이도 있어서 이제 가지고 꼭 먹어야 돼 이제
러스원이 게랄라야 다른 제슈에 게랄게다 이게라야 다 차례 쉬고지 들어서 이 이마이네야 다른 게 도저히 액셉트가 안 돼. 아니 나라서 로프라 뭐 보지라야 다들 세시 강하게 지나서 두두두두 몰라야 그래서 나서 뭐 몰라야 딱 계속 나라서 살래네.
이 배송라디 코타 유스인데 CUET 데 마데네 코타 요바이나 CUET 간데나디 CUET 태용고기였나 디 커먼 유니버시티 엔트런스 테스트 때도와 hello common university entrance test only 마데네 디 코타 요바이나 디 레고기였나
이제 다다 가지고 스콜러십 다다 가지고 리서치 돼 나야 줘 봐. 이 가지고 인기를 해 줘. 인기는 또 다다 다다 가지고 리서치 다다 가지고 캐나다 가지고 테스트 해야 돼 봐.
no after
기시 네가 보고 가지고 거의 말해. 기시 가지고 MBBS 함치치리 버릇이는 니즈 코드 이지비지 구고 니드 이지비지 땅고 기술계 인지니어링 버릇이는 J 이지비지 땅고 현대 리서치 찾아줘야 되는 거예요 말이에요.
아니 연결지 이 기스 이 지라 중이 제가 이제 위 이제 땅 고기요 만나 되게 슬래브스라고 간절이나 그런 적이 베스트고 가주 대박 보고 제가 대박라 위 로총 요만 다 믹스기 다 포멀 education manage 사실 나랑람이 되게 요래니 다 이제 땅 고기요나 그런 적이 다디 레벨 베이직 레벨 가주 고기요나 지 티슈에
이 다들 것들은 진짜 중요하게 되고 그래요. 그래서 나중에 다들 그 시다 시작하고 가지고 바로 프로파일 개설해줘라. 이 진짜 중요하게 돼요. 이거를 나중에 다들 그 이제 기술 따와야 지나 나중에 스트래티지 진짜 중요하게 스트래티지 시작하고 기술이 필요하지나
Los 연결지 디하는데 코리아 apply 주변에 RC 고기요는 지금 인지미지
이제 나타 맞추기 직단비 자가 나오는 표준 시루가 있잖아. 나타 맞추기 표준 시루가 있지만 아스바르 신나는 맞추기 RCD 이제 문제 보고 RC 매워는 IC로 봐. IC 빈도가 아니 저주고 나타 맞추기 나타 디오디 로비라이 맞추기 센터 분위기 이렇게 가면서 봐. 이 세바르신 맞추기 스탠더스 비만 IC 가르치고 두고 아트 엑스 바리 시에다 파일 리서치에다 지금 IC 가르치고 이제 파스워드 맞으시는 거 인제니 비도가 이제 파스워드 가는 어떻게 다들 capture 우지 땅도 말아. 이제 그거를 지기 로그를 받으시는 RC 인터뷰 보고 제가 나로 로그를 지혜원에서 RC 보고 자체가 찍고 주는
Kilosan Hagila Madi Toys was something. The bursary scholarship, the form B1, the B2 come with them swimmer. And the Kitty, Maroji Kanguna, Mahara, is it to women and Yapama to the Tibetan Administration?
이때 수출을 주고 기시산이 고지가 빵다시피는 기시결을 취해 대로 이 버릇이는 산이 고지가 빵다 베스트 폰쇼 장비가 빵다시피는 부분에 대로 서티피케이트 서티피케이트 가리어 버릇이는 벤치 근데 산이 고지기 근데 균도 이집이 캐나다 보고 말이 빈자지 그래서 버릇이는 산이 고지는 이슈가 장비 가리어 버릇이는 다들 경쇼 까바이 버릇이는 자제 앞에 파마지 기지로는 주고 차단 강식으로 해서 산이 고지는 이제 이제 더다 보고
주에 나도 소리 소소 내게 산에 소소기 소소 소방아 파마 보고 상관 섭취네 아니 결혼할 거지 냠도라야 나와 냠도라야 아니 시리게 거래 시리 통제다 아니 대제 받는 거 상관이야 저도 자체가 주에 인기를 주잖아
그래서 스타트는 이게 더 코어퍼레이티브이 말아 크기 말 기술 더 거여서 이게 뒤로 거대 우치 이제 그 이제 봐 이거를 기술 거여서 있다가 속도가 저하고 나셔 봐 참고로 토치는 같이 아니 바로 와서 카바나 봐야 봐 라스트는 카바나 봐도 와서 카바나 생사 아주 와서 배워 봐 와서 따라가 오빠 가려 버리지 아주 강투투비 내 이야기 지금 그래서 지금 소소 가려 버리지 나올 나셔 봐 아들 내가 리방시 되니까 아들 된 것도 맞아. 제가学一学 소재는 정말
그렇지 보고 유럽종 탈라야 거기에 쇼교에로 와 댕규도 팀백으로 와 배사샤마나 뉴 에듀케이션 폴리시 라이디 퍼미트 수게 시리게 당부되어 말해 디젤라야 단다 예절 야가기 불라야 뉴 에듀케이션 폴리시디 그랬던 말만 니도 이슈를 때 말이지 니도 이슈게 로 망부징에 내라 위베기 시리기 레고네 뉴 에듀케이션 폴리시라 두가라 소소기 깨가 토네 베이직 에듀케이션 되고야 마트라 바샤 토네 mother tongue tonera pudela chunjuga lokno khama te baina pugudi analysis ta khaji thona puge lebage phege doya jorwa brain development de yaga dulamne mazu phebe gi man bozu sare yaga shungge shege di bozu di chisu bozu ba sonsa ngaranzu gi sheri legu ngaranzu phebe di su ge ta kundige kang ge shebe lambe wala ya lokno thola ya halebe chetobresha ta sonsa ta ngazu 나라들 로프라고 망시 인지 로프라도 와라 폐기요래 커리어 카운슬링 요기요면 나라들 셈베 요고도 봐 손자다 메인스트림 다 페베기 에듀케이션 레볼루션 주도도 거래 딜라야 나라스 보고 제리 마템나 세네다 we are trying to connect you all 그러봐 소다 마음 벌어야 뒤돌아야 고도마 가마마 빼로나 나나주게 또 레시피 간다 소소 우슈베 터면 가서 무튼이 도도게 되어봐 다디제나야 나나주다 denjo shunge session ji so that we will conduct after a refresh 나나주게 사르트조 소소 유베 소파 하기 소소가 소소가데 무튼이 쇼나서 아니 프랑스어 개별도야 팀 타발이야 도제나 슈바타 Omadelaya da sare to so so la ya bidishi ne na mala to jingme la so la ya ate to ji shebu ge la pa ji pye yi ani Thank you so much, Jim sir. And Madam Chi Domana, and Ma'am Kaza Telephone number name pen number there. Wala Kaza page in it. And Ma'am Kaza telephone number. Powerful presentation. So we are extremely fortunate to have in here this time also, and I give the stage to sir.
Hello. Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. With the due permission of the dignitaries present here today, I would like to start the counseling session. Very good afternoon. Very good afternoon to all, especially my students. So this presentation will be divided into 3 parts. The first will be, I think, we'll talk about, first is the motivational speech, which I'll limit it because ma'am's already spoken about the career counseling and she's, I think, motivated you well enough. The second part will be about the quota seat. Government quota seat or okay. The second part will be about the quota seat, and the third part will be about the scholarship. Government scholarship staff in so regarding that. Okay. Now before we start, I would like to show you a video. Can we have the video, please? Please watch the video carefully.
Once upon a time, a turtle and a rabbit had an argument about who was faster. They decided to settle the argument with a race. The turtle and the rabbit both agreed on a route and started off the race. The rabbit shot ahead and ran briskly for some time. Then, seeing he was far ahead of the turtle, he thought he'd sit under a tree for some time and relax before continuing the race. He sat under the tree and soon fell asleep. The turtle, plodding on, overtook him and soon finished the race. Emerging as the undisputed champ, the rabbit woke up and realized that he'd lost the race. The moral of the story is that slow and steady wins the race. This is the version of the story that we've all grown up with. But our version of the story continues. The rabbit was disappointed at losing the race, and he did some thinking. He realized that he'd lost the race only because he had been overconfident, careless, and lax. If he had not taken things for granted, there's no way the turtle could have beaten him. So, he challenged the turtle to another race. The turtle agreed. This time, the rabbit went all out and ran without stopping from start to finish. He won by several miles. The moral of the story? Fast and consistent will always beat the slow and steady. It's good to be slow and steady, But it's better to be fast and reliable. But the story doesn't end here. The turtle did some thinking this time and realized that there's no way he can beat the rabbit in a race the way it was currently formatted. He thought for a while and then challenged the rabbit to another race, but on a slightly different route. The rabbit agreed. The turtle and rabbit started off. In keeping with his self-made commitment to be consistently fast, the rabbit took off and ran at top speed until he came to a broad river. The finishing line was a couple of kilometers on the other side of the river. The rabbit sat there, wondering what to do. In the meantime, the turtle trundled along, got into the river, swam to the opposite bank, continued walking, and finished the race. The moral of the story: first, identify your core competency, and then change the playing field to suit your core competency. The story still hasn't ended. The turtle and rabbit by this time had become pretty good friends, and they did some thinking together. Both realized that the last race could have been run much better. So the turtle and rabbit decided to do the last race again, but to run as a team this time. They started off, and this time the rabbit carried the turtle till the riverbank. There, the turtle took over and swam across with the rabbit on his back. On the opposite bank, the rabbit again carried the turtle, and they reached the finishing line together. Both the turtle and rabbit felt a greater sense of satisfaction than they felt earlier. The moral of the story? It's good to be individually brilliant and to have strong core competencies, but unless you're able to work in a team and harness each other's core competencies, you'll always perform below par, because there will always be situations at which you'll do poorly and someone else does well. Teamwork is mainly about situational leadership, letting the person with the relevant core competency for a situation take leadership. And that is the end of the story.
Okay, thank you. So, where my students at? Here. So, basically, what does this story tell us is slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins. Slow and steady wins the race. It's good to be fast and consistent. Fast and consistent means when you're always studying, you're always doing something, right? Always doing something, you'll always be good at it. Yeah? Muscle memory, muscle memory, your muscle memory will be very good. And before your instinct works also, your muscle memory will be there, right? So, now I think that our ma'am, she already told you about, she already gave you a very good counseling about things. So I'll just keep it very short, okay? So basically what is very important is, to have a roadmap, okay? Roadmap of your life, of your career, right? Roadmap, where am I right now? I'm in class 9, class 8, class 10, wherever you are. After class 10, where do I see myself? And the roadmap, there are a lot of roads bifurcating, There's one road going here, the other road is going there. Okay, after 2-3 years, I will be in class 12. Where do I see myself? Then I finish my class 12. After that, where do I see myself? Yeah, I have a roadmap. I'm going there. I will go there. Right? I can't make it there, then I'll go there. After that, I'll do that job. Right? So, Madam said, no, navigating future. Navigating future. Though I don't understand Tibetan very well, but I was getting a gist of what she was saying. Navigating future, to have your roadmap, to know exactly where you want to be, right? After 2 years, 5 years, where do you see yourself? And in a roadmap, remember, you always have alternative road. So it's very important to keep alternative, like ma'am again. So I don't want to repeat again and again. So you have to have alternatives. So coming back to your story, so the core competencies, what are you really good at? Identify your core competency. ऱ्यापिड चाहिँ केमा फास्ट कुदमा च्याम्पियन रहेछ अन्त त्यो फास्ट कुद्ने बाटोमा he was successful, whereas the tortoise he could swim, अन्त त्यो स्विम गर्ने बाटोमा गएर चाहिँ he was successful, right? So that's exactly what you have to do also. Okay, I don't know if you guys have heard of this Japanese film director come philosopher come writer Akira Kurosawa. I don't know if you've heard of him. Okay, he's a famous, yeah, you've heard of him? Yeah, so he's a famous film director. The movie The Seventh Samurai. त्यो बादमा त्यो हिन्दी भर्सन शोले पनि बनाएको थियो नि त्यसमा. That was originally a Japanese movie made by, so I think he directs a lot of movies and he's written a wonderful book, right? Akira Kurosawa has written a wonderful book, right? Art of War, right? Art of War, basically what he talks about is, he talks about the core competencies again. Right? Supposing तपाईहरु चाहिँ वारमा जाँदैछ अरे, अब this life is a war नि, हो कि हैन? जुन चाहिँ हामी यो जिन्दगी बिताउँदैछ, this is a war नि. Every day is a war. गएर ट्याक्सीमा बस्नु पर्यो, छिटो गएर विन्डो सिटमा बस्नु पर्यो, that itself is a war. ढिलो भएर ट्याक्सी पाउँदैन हैन? It's like that. गभर्नमेन्ट अफिसमा जानुहोस् त कतिको वार छ तपाईले जान पाइहाल्छ हैन? एसटीएनएम हस्पिटलमा जानुहोस्, it's a war every day, every second it's a war नि. So this life itself is a war, right? So in order to survive this war, or to beat the war, or to be the champion in this war, right? You have to design the war as per the weapon you have need. Then you will be successful. The gist of what the book says. You have to identify the weapon, the kind of weapon you have. Right? Supposing gun, then if I have to fight a battle, I might as well fight from far. तर मेरोमा छुरी छ त टाढोबाट कसरी फाइट गर्नु, अन्धेरोमा जानु पर्यो हैन सोचेर, you know what I'm trying to say? So you have to design the battle as per the weapon you have. That means core competency. What are you good at? Okay, ma'am, what are you good at? Are you good at dancing? Are you good at football? Are you good at studies? What are you good at? You identify the core competency first. आफै केमा राम्रो छ हैन? The rest will follow. You identify your core competencies. Then after that, you identify your core competencies. तर एक्लै गरेर पनि हुँदैन रहेछ नि, त्यो ऱ्यापिडले त एक्लै कुदेको र उले साथीसँग हेल्प लिएकोमा त डिफरेन्स थियो नि. एक्लै गएकोमा कतिवटा हर्डल्स भेट्छ. Like when that rabbit was running, he saw the river and he got zapped, right? He didn't know what to do next. He couldn't swim. Yeah? But then what happened? Later he had this friend who could swim, right? So it's very important in every day, it's very important to seek help. You should always seek help, like how you are seeking help today. I know, ma'am said so many wonderful things. I know, what did she say? एउटा जुत्ता किन्नुको लागि त पुरा सोध्छ भनेको हैन हामीले, यसको दाम कति हो, कलर कति हो हैन म्याम? You understand नेपालीमा? I was just telling them like how you told them, like in order to buy one shoe you have to think so hard. लाल बजारमा गएर हैन जुत्ताको कलर दाम 15 कति हैन? यहाँ त करियरको कुरा हुँदैछ, हो कि हैन? यहाँ त करियरको कुरा हुँदैछ नि. एउटा ज्याकेट जुत्ता किन्नु त हामी पुरा सोध्छ दाम, ब्रान्ड कुन चाहिँ and all that. No, so it's very important for you to think out. Okay, the core competency, and there is no harm at any point of time, at any point of your life to seek help. It will only help, right? So always seek help when it comes to career also. Now, to cut off things short, make a roadmap. Number one, ke गर्ने हो लाइफमा. First, identify your core competency. What am I good at? हैन, म चाहिँ केमा राम्रो छु. Identify that and make a roadmap. Always have an alternate map. यो भएन भने त्यो भएन, so that you don't get disappointed in life, right? And then seek help. Seek career counseling. Talk to your seniors. Talk to people like ma'am or any career counselor, right? So, yeah, one more thing I wanted to tell you was, you know, most of the time students, what happens when they say like, again, ma'am already spoke about this, so I won't take very long. Herd mentality, ma'am, you know, herd mentality, when someone is going, the whole, the peer pressure or the herd mentality, when the entire class or the entire batch or the entire lot of friends are doing something, then you have the tendency to do that also, right? And then if I ask you, but what I'm trying to tell you is slightly different from what ma'am said. But if I ask you why are you doing that one, because I like doing that one. So now psychiatrist, we are very unfortunate that in Sikkim school we don't have psychiatrist in class, we don't have career counselor, so anyways we do all this to help each other. So if you talk to a psychiatrist now, it's like for example, when I was very young, okay, I'll give you a very simple example. When I was very young, I always thought my favorite color is black. I don't know why, because the Michael Jackson got the video black and white. I had no idea. I had no idea why my favorite color was black, right? And the Malakosile Sotio is the autograph, color, favorite color, black, I used to write. But later when I reached college and I started going through my closet, I saw that there was basic blue jacket, blue pant, blue. Then I realized blue is my favorite color. Subconsciously, I'm buying blue because blue is genuinely my favorite color. Black is black, my favorite color. Maybe black is loud or whatever, right? So the same thing. Just now, sometimes you might be thinking, somebody must be thinking, you must be thinking, I want to be doctor. Doctor, right? But maybe it's because you have doctors all over your family. Your father is a doctor, your mother is a doctor, your auntie is a doctor. That's why you're saying, I want to be doctor. But that might not be true. Okay, later in life you realize, yeah, I'm not. Okay, so once again, core competency. Core competency is very important. You have to recognize your core competencies. Otherwise you'll have problems later. Okay. So without further ado, I will start with the second session. That's the state quota seat. Okay. So government of Sikkim, basically government of Sikkim first I'm talking only about the quota seats, okay? Government of Sikkim offers you a lot of quota seats, okay, government quota seats. They offer you quota seats in the medical field, in technical field, paramedical, medical and allied, professional courses, academic courses, all the courses which we'll be discussing very briefly because we'll only discuss and it's so in order to avail the quota seats, to quota seats first and foremost, right? You अस्ति हामी नाम्ची गेजिङ जाँदाखेरि हामीले यो बनाएको थियो मैले यही लिएर आएको छु तर यो पालिदेखि चाहिँ हाम्रो वेबसाइट चेन्ज भएको छ Can you have a booklet? Can you open a booklet, everybody? The booklet that's inside that bag. Can I have this? Okay, two page. www.education.sikkim.gov.in मैले लेखेको छु यहाँ पेजमा. Okay, not that one. So I didn't have time to change since this is a PPT. Okay. So whenever there is any government quota, government quota checks, MBBS पढ्नु engineering पढ्नु anything you want to study what to do, right? First, the government will come out with a notice, right? अब MBBS को यो चाहिँ को MBBS मा पढ्नु छ यो यहाँ apply गर्नु है भनेर है तर त्यो notice चाहिँ कहाँ देख्नु हामी Government usually we advertise it in 2 local dailies also in 2 languages. तर अब newspaper त आजकल कसले पढ्दैन होला हैन त्यो government को Facebook page मा पनि हुन्छ त्यो पनि पाउँछ कि पाउँदैन so the best is the web page, the website is the best. Okay, so anytime, any day you can just go to the website and see whether the notice have come out or not. Okay, once the notice comes out, okay, यहाँ लेखेको छ सबै once the notice comes out राम्ररी हेर्नु notice चाहिँ केको लागि हो भनेर whether it's for medical, whether it's for engineering, whether it's for paramedical है supposing MBBS को कुरा गरौँ है medical को कुरा गरौँ supposing if it's for medical त्यहाँदेखि medical registration date opens on this, closes on this भनेर बेसी टाइम पनि दिएको हुँदैन है 5 days 7 days maximum दिएको हुन्छ त्यो टाइम भित्र तपाईं रेजिस्टर गरिहाल्नुपर्छ ओके रेजिस्टर गरेर त्यहाँदेखि register very simple, it's no rocket science, it's a very simple thing. So basically once you register you just have to give your details, you'll have to give your COI. Remember एकखेप 18 वर्ष पुगिसक्यो भने तपाईको आफ्नो COI हुनुपर्छ as per law. तपाईको बाबाको COI, फादरको पालाको COI हरु चल्दैन 18 भन्ने पुग्ने बित्तिकै आफ्नो COI बनायो भने अन्त तपाईँको COI, तपाईँको community certificate, everything you have to upload and then you have to submit. Okay, you have to submit. अब once you submit, ढुक्कै बस्नु होइन है. Submit गरेर you have to be alert because त्यही वेब पोर्टलमा चाहिँ accepted भनेर आउँछ फेरि back. Accepted भने the moment it comes back as accepted, what you have to now do is choice filling. Choice filling भने चाहिँ तपाईँलाई कहाँ चाहियो है, यो सपोजिङ बिटेक मणिपालमा चाहियो कि SIST मा चाहियो कि कहाँनिर चाहियो भने त्यो लेख्नुपर्छ. अन्त कुन चाहिँ चाहियो तीनटा चोइस दिएको हुन्छ, फर्स्ट सेकेन्ड थर्ड तीनटा मात्रै चोइस दिएको हुन्छ. अन्त यु हेभ टु पे लिटल बिट मनी अल्सो, 100 रुपिसको या त अनलाइन पेमेन्ट या त स्टेट ब्याङ्क अफ सिक्किम एउटा बिआर सेपरेट कोटाको बिआर छ त्यो भर्नुपर्छ. तर आजकल अनलाइन पेमेन्ट इज I guess everyone's doing online payment, right? It's no big deal. So after that, you make the online payment, then only your application is submitted. Okay, then only your application is submitted. Then thinking badma, everything is online as well. हामी आफै काउन्सलिङ गर्छ, कसले पायो कसले पाएन भनेर. अन्त oh sorry, I think it's opened the wrong page. We have this reservation policy, right? Everywhere you go, you'll find this reservation policy. This reservation policy is not only for your education purpose, but also for reservation policy. Merit ko 10, BL ko 20, PT ko 5, OBC Central, OBC State List, Central 20, State List 20, ST 30, SC 7, and others category 5%. Okay, so now you have to be mentally prepared that हाम्रो सिक्किममा चाहिँ 90% reservation छ भनेर. Okay, sometimes it might so happen that you might have very good marks, हैन, तपाईहरुकोमा you might have very good marks, but SC category who's got low marks than you, he might be getting the seat because of reservation policy. Okay, so that time don't be just be mentally prepared for that. Not only in your academics, in your quota seat, but later in DOP also. कामहरु खोज्नु जान्छ नि तपाईले DOP तिर. SPSC ले पनि त्यही गर्छ, quota systemमा सिटहरु पर्छ. So just make sure that you know all these things right now. Okay, the reservation policy. This is how the reservation policy works. यो त अब त्यसै 90% को सिटमा, I don't think this is very important for you to know, right? Okay, so state कोटामा चाहिँ state कोटामा चाहिँ first and foremost most sorted सबले खोज्दै आउने है, the medical courses, right? Medical courses, we have MBBS, we have 50 free seats in Manipal. Oh, on the 30 paid seat, 50 free भने चाहिँ 1 रुपैयाँ पनि तिर्नु पर्दैन. हो, otherwise Manipalमा उनीहरूको tuition fees मात्रै 19 point something हो, hostel यताउता गरेर 21 lakhs जति per year लाग्छ. That means more than 1.2 crore जति चाहिँ लाग्ने रहेछ हो. Otherwise, if you get the quota seat, 50 seats is free. 1 रुपैयाँ पनि तिर्नु पर्दैन गभर्नमेन्टकोबाट, zero. तर कतिजना यस्तो पनि हुन्छ, those who can afford, तर उनीहरूको अलिकति मार्क्स कम्ती भएर चाहिँ उनीहरूले चाहिँ मणिपालमा सिट पाउँदैन, तिनीहरूको लागि चाहिँ 30 वटा सिट छ मणिपालमा है, बट त्यसको लागि चाहिँ पैसा तिर्नुपर्छ. Apart from Manipal, we also have seats, Central Pool seat भन्छ क्या त्यसलाई चाहिँ. Central Pool seat भने चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ सेन्ट्रल गभर्नमेन्टले हाम्रो सिक्किमलाई दिएको सिटहरू, लेडी हार्डिङ्स भयो, वेस्ट बेङ्गाल मेडिकल कलेज भयो, सिल्चर, त्यस्तो सिट पनि दिन्छ पुरा. त्यो सिटहरू पनि छ है, त्यो सिट पनि यु क्यान अवेल हैन. एन्ड अपार्ट फ्रम द्याट वी हेभ रिम्स है, रिम्स चाहिँ इम्फालमा छ है. एन्ड द एडभान्टेज अफ स्टडिङ इन रिम्स, इनफ्याक्ट आई वाज जस्ट टेलिङ आइला अघि, द एडभान्टेज अफ स्टडिङ इन रिम्समा चाहिँ के छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ रिम्समा तपाईँले MBBS पढायो भने चाहिँ उनीहरूको MBBS पढ्नुको लागि यु नो द्याट युजी निट बस्नुपर्छ भनेर हैन. तपाईँले रिम्समा तपाईँले पायो भने चाहिँ बादमा युजी निट पढिसके के अरे MBBS गरिसके त यु लाइक टु डु पिजी हैन, MSMD त गर्नु मन छ तपाईँलाई हैन. रिम्समा चाहिँ त्यही नानीहरू त्यही पढ्दै गरेको नानीहरूलाई चाहिँ रिजर्भेसन रहेछ पिजी निटमा. अदरवाइज तपाईँ मणिपाल पढ्यो भने चाहिँ तपाईँले MBBS निट गरेर MBBS पढ्यो, बट अगेन यु हेभ टु सिट फर पिजी निट अल इन्डियामा. एन्ड पिजी निटमा देयर इज नो रिजर्भेसन है गाइस. पिजी निटमा चाहिँ एसटीबाट ओबीसी त्यस्तो हुँदैन जेनरलमा सबै जेनरलमा निक्लिनुपर्छ सुप्रिम कोर्टकै उयो छ त्यसमा चाहिँ हो तर इन रिम्स दे हेभ द स्टुडेन्टकै उयो रहेछ कोटा रहेछ स्टुडेन्ट्स दे गेट द वुड रिजर्भेसन ओके देन वी अल्सो हेभ BDS Bachelor of Dentals we have central pool seatहरू छ हाम्रो central pool seatहरू आउँछ then we also have in RIMS then we have BAMS Bachelor in Homeopathy Medical Science and Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medicine and Surgery now सिक्किममा इन पर्टिकुलरली हाम्रो सिक्किममा चाहिँ दिस जुन चाहिँ यो छ नि तपाईँको BAMS BHMS होमोप्याथी एन्ड आयुर्वेदिक छ नि यसको चाहिँ डरलाग्दो स्कोप छ अब एक्सट्रिमली डरलाग्दो स्कोप किन छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ जस्ट लास्ट इयर आयुषको डरलाग्दो आफ्नै डिपार्टमेन्ट बनायो आयुष हेज नथिङ टु डु विथ STNM हेल्थ डिपार्टमेन्ट आफ्नो एउटा डिपार्टमेन्ट हो आयुष भन्ने आफ्नो एउटा डिपार्टमेन्ट छ त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ आयुष एलोप्याथीको डक्टरहरू MBBS एलोप्याथीको डक्टरहरू जहाँनिर छ दे निड द सेम अमाउन्ट अफ होमोप्याथी एन्ड आयुर्वेदिक डक्टर्स अल्सो विच वी डु नट ह्याभ इन सिक्किममा चाहिँ छँदै छैन ओके दे सिभियरली ल्याक म्यान पावर ओके सो देयर इज अ ह्युज स्कोप फर होमोप्याथी एन्ड आयुर्वेदिक इन सिक्किम नाउ इफ यु वान्ट टु रियली वर्क इन सिक्किम है सिक्किमको यहाँ गभर्मेन्ट हस्पिटल्समा काम गर्नु छ भने अन्त हाम्रोमा सिट्स पनि पुरा आउँछ रिम्सबाट पनि आउँछ सेन्ट्रल पुलबाट पनि आउँछ इनफ्याक्ट NIHबाट पनि आउँछ अब NIH भने इफ यु आर डोन्ट नो नेसनल इन्स्टिट्युट अफ होमोप्याथी इज वान अफ द बेस्ट एम्स जस्तो MBBSको कोलकातामा छ NIHबाट पनि सिट आउँछ देन वी हेभ lots of seats we get right I'm trying to cut short because if I start talking about each and every college this is never it right okay then we have Bachelor of Audiology and Speech Language Pathology भन्छ जुन चाहिँलाई चाहिँ सर्टकटमा चाहिँ स्पिच थेरापिस्ट भन्छ ओके ह्युज डिमान्ड फर स्पिच थेरापिस्ट अल्सो ओके इफ यु गो टु STNM अर मणिपालमा पनि जानुहोस् तपाईँ STNM पनि जानुहोस् कि स्पिच थेरापिस्ट खोजेको भनेर पाउँदैन स्पिच थेरापिस्टै छैन भन्छ है स्पिच थेरापिस्ट अकुपेसनल थेरापिस्ट छँदै छैन झन् STNMमा त छँदै पनि छैन ओके देयर इज अ ह्युज डिमान्ड फर अल दिस in Sikkim, in Sikkim itself there is a huge demand for this and we have quota seat for BSLP and supposing if you study in these colleges हामीले पठाएको कलेजहरुमा गयो भने चाहिँ the fees are very nominal है तपाईको 20,000 Lady Harding's को can you guess what is the fee structure for the Lady Harding's one of the top medical college Lady Harding's को fee structure कति हो तपाईलाई any idea it is 40,000 rupees per year 40,000 मात्रै हो किन गभर्नमेन्टको हो नि त गभर्नमेन्टको कहिले महँगो हुँदैन नि सेम विथ नर्थ बेङ्गाल कलेज सिल्चर मेडिकल कलेजहरू पनि इट्स भेरी सिल्चरको त 26,000 कि कति हो whereas प्राइभेट कलेजेस मणिपालको 21 lakhs अझै मणिपाल इज वान अफ द चिपर कलेजेस इन इन्डिया 35, 30 goes on and on right so this is the advantage of studying through availing the government state quota okay now apart from okay yeah but to avail these तपाईलाई हाम्रो state quota seats तपाईलाई पाउनु छ in order to avail these state quota seats you have to sit for national eligibility and entrance test NEET NEET भन्ने एक्जाम चाहिँ बस्नै पर्छ 2026 को NEET एक्जाम चाहिँ कहिले छ पर्सि छ थर्डमा हैन त्यसकारणले I think a lot of students did not come होला आज किनभने पढ्दै होला आज NEET एक्जाम छ okay so once a year हुन्छ okay I'll tell you about the NEET ko details अलिक बादमा छ I'll be talking about the NEET ko result later then in government of Sikkim ma चाहिँ we also have allied courses भन्छ okay medical and allied courses भन्छ यो medical and allied courses ma चाहिँ VVHC and AH animal husbandry है very good course है veterinary officer को scope हुन्छ यहाँ तपाईहरु फर्केर आयो भने अथवा you can start your own business also then you have BSc in agriculture forestry food nutrition and dietetics केटीहरुको लागि is very good fisheries community science sericulture है sericulture भने बुझ्नुहुन्छ it's about insect you study that insect and then the silk that thing you make you weave that's so यसको लागि पनि लास्ट इयर चाहिँ हामीले CUT हेर्यौ तर अब यो पालि it could be NEET the eligibility okay so यो कलेजेसहरु चाहिँ बेसिकली मेजोरिटी अफ दिस कलेजेस चाहिँ कहाँनिर छ हामीले चाहिँ कहाँ पठाउँछ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ सेन्ट्रल एग्रिकल्चर युनिभर्सिटी ओके सेन्ट्रल एग्रिकल्चर युनिभर्सिटी CAU भन्छ कि सेन्ट्रल एग्रिकल्चर युनिभर्सिटीले चाहिँ नर्थ इस्ट भरि कलेजहरु पुरा बनाइदिएको छ नागाल्यान्ड मिजोराम सबै जग्गाभरि कलेज बनाइदिएको छ। अन्त नर्थ इस्टको नानीहरूलाई चाहिँ सबैलाई जग्गा जग्गा पठाउँछ एज इन सिट दिन्छ हामीलाई एन्ड देन वी सेन्ड देम। लाइक फर इक्जाम्पल सेन्ट्रल एग्रिकल्चर युनिभर्सिटीको सिक्किममा पनि कलेजेसहरू छ विच हेज नथिङ टु डु विथ द गभर्मेन्ट अफ सिक्किम। उनीहरू सेन्ट्रलको अन्डरमा छ, स्यालेरी सेन्ट्रलको खान्छ, सेन्ट्रलको मान्छे आएर काम गर्छ है, विच हेज नथिङ टु डु विथ द गभर्मेन्ट अफ सिक्किम। हर्टिकल्चर भन्ने बर्मिकमा एउटा छ सेन्ट्रल एग्रिकल्चर युनिभर्सिटी, एउटा चाहिँ पोस्ट रेन वाटर हार्भेस्टिङ तल रानीपुरमा छ, अन्त एग्रिकल्चर इन्जिनियरिङ भन्ने पनि रानीपुरमै छ। सो 3टा सेन्ट्रल एग्रिकल्चर युनिभर्सिटी सिक्किममै छ। त्यस्तो पारेर भेटनेरीको, फिसरिज, फरेस्ट्री अल ओभर नर्थ इस्ट, इम्फालमा, आइजोलमा, सो मेनी प्लेसेस हो। अन्त हामीले पनि तपाईँलाई कोटातिर चाहिँ वी सेन्ड देम टु दिज इन्स्टिट्युट्स। द ट्युसन फिस इज 2700, 2700 हो भेटनेरीहरू पढेको। Next we have the paramedical courses. Okay, paramedical courses now. BPT, Bachelor in Physiotherapy, is quite saturated in Sikkim. I have to be very honest with you. Right? Nursing ko ajai cha aile pani. Nursing depends on MSc nursing ma tapaile ke garनुहुन्छ. It depends on that. Why I'm telling you MSc nursing ma ke garनुहुन्छ? Why I'm going to masters in nursing is because nursing चाहिँ masters in nursing को चाहिँ पुरा स्कोप किन निक्लिन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ now we are going to have a medical college. Okay, MCI has already done the paperwork and everything. So now health is going to start the medical college very soon. Medical college थाल्यो भने चाहिँ के चाहिन्छ भन्दा स्टुडेन्ट सँगसँगै के चाहिन्छ भन्नुहोस् त, लोकल टिचरहरू पनि चाहिछ, मास्टर्स पढेको, PhD गरेकोहरू चाहिछ। Okay, त्यसमा if you have done a masters and all, you can have a scope of becoming a lecturer also there. Okay, now another thing is BPT we have in RIMS, RIPANS and Manipal. Manipalमा छ हाम्रो BPT को सिटहरू। Okay, now BSc nursing very confusing. A lot of people come to the office and they ask us BSc nursing को लागि चाहिँ के गर्नुपर्छ भन्दा चाहिँ यो चाहिँ अलिकति confusing छ। BSc nursing where? That's very important. Where you want to study BSc nursing? Okay, now supposing if you want to avail a quota seat in Sikkim Nursing College, Sogyagangma, right? त्यसको लागि चाहिँ you have to sit for CUET exams. CUET exams. तर if you want to avail a quota seat को कुरा गर्दैछु, private को त I don't know, private को चाहिँ because I only know about the government. If you want to avail a government quota seat in Manipal को एउटा entrance exam हुन्छ हो government quota को लागि, त्यो exam बस्नुपर्छ तपाईँ। You have to be vigilant. कहिले हुन्छ के हुन्छ त्यो you know there's a saying in English, eternal vigilance is the price of liberty भन्छ नि। तपाईलाई कसैलाई आएर एक्जाम हुँदै चाहिँ कामको पोस्टको यस्तो निक्ले भन्दैन नि, आफै यु हेभ टु बी भिजिलेन्ट हो, आफै हुनु। त्यस कारणले कहिले निक्लिन्छ, अन्त कसरी भिजिलेन्ट हुनु, कहाँ चाल पाउनु, एभ्रिथिङ इज इन द्याट वेबसाइट। अघि मैले वेबसाइट देखेँ, त्यहाँ दिएको हुन्छ यो हुँदैछ त्यो हुँदैछ। त्यस कारण त्यो वेबसाइट चाहिँ हेरिबस्नुहोस् तपाईँहरू है। मणिपालमा तपाईँलाई नर्सिङ चाहिएको छ भने चाहिँ मणिपालको आफ्नो एन्ट्रेन्स हुन्छ कोटाको लागि। अर्को SPU पनि छ, सिक्किम प्रोफेसनल युनिभर्सिटीमा पनि नर्सिङ छ, तिनीहरूको आफ्नो एन्ट्रेन्स हुन्छ कोटाको लागि। ओके, कोटाको लागि। एन्ड देन रिम्स एन्ड रिपान्समा चाहिँ लास्ट इयरसम्म चाहिँ हामीले BCB को लिँदै थियो, बट अब यो पालिहरू के हुँदो रहेछ, लास्ट इयर रिम्स रिपान्समा पनि नर्सिङ पठाउँछ। ओके, सो रिपान्स इज वान अफ द भेरी रेप्युटेड इन्स्टिट्युट इन आइजोल मिजोराममा है, एकदमै राम्रो प्यारामेडिकलको इन्स्टिट्युट हो, त्यहाँ पनि हामी पठाउँछौँ नानीहरूलाई। सो apart from that, we also have paramedical courses, okay, in Ripans, RIMS and Manipal, right? Ophthalmology, radiology, BMLT भन्छ, medical lab technology, BMIT भन्छ, medical image technology, okay, anesthesia, OT technician, cardiovascular technician, okay. अब to be blatantly honest with you, no sugarcoating, right? To be blatantly honest with you, तपाईँहरूलाई एउटा fact भन्नु पर्यो भने चाहिँ, supposing if there are some students who want to work immediately, you know, त्यति साह्रो मलाई ठुलो मान्छे हुनु छैन, डरलाग्दो टपको डक्टर हुनु छैन, केही छैन, but I just want to work immediately after my class 12, after thing, म एउटा काम गरेँ, यो पढेर चाहिँ म काम गरिहाल्नु मन छ, काम पायो भने सानो पायो भने ठिकै छ भने चाहिँ this is the course for you. Paramedical courses, lot of scope, not only in Sikkim, anywhere you go. हस्पिटलमा जानुहोस्, तपाईँ क्रुज लाइन्समा जानुहोस्, एनीवेयर होइन। आजकल त फिजियोथेरापिस्टहरू त सबै जग्गा रिक्रुट गर्दो रहेछ, सेम विथ यो प्यारामेडिकल कोर्सेसहरू छ। फेरि यो जुन चाहिँ कोर्सहरू छ नि, यो कोर्स चाहिँ हाम्रोमा छ भनेको मैले त्यस कारण यहाँ लेखेको छ है। बट देयर आर लट अफ अदर कोर्सेस अल्सो, प्लास्टर टेक्निसियनहरू भन्ने पनि हुन्छ, फिटल मेडिसिन टेक्निशियन, प्लास्टर टेक्निशियन हुन्छ, ब्लड ब्याङ्क टेक्निशियन हुन्छ। तपाईँ एसटिएनएममा गयो भने नि तपाईँको प्लास्टर कसले लगाइदिन्छ हात चाहिँ डक्टर कि सिस्टरले लगाउँछ, खासमा होइन प्लास्टर टेक्निशियनले लगाउनु पर्ने राइट। बट यु डोन्ट ह्याभ प्लास्टर टेक्निशियन होइन। से ब्लड ब्याङ्किङ टेक्निशियन हुन्छ, त्यस्तो स्कोप हुन्छ नि, जुन चाहिँ अब यहाँनिर कतिले सुनेको पनि छैन, सोचेको पनि छैन है। बट एट द एन्ड अफ द डे you have to accept the fact that there's a lot of scope, काम पनि पाइहाल्दछ, but at the end of the day you be a technician. भोलि प्रमोसन भयो डक्टर चाहिँ हुँदैन तपाईँले, you will always be a technician because you are a technician. Okay, immediately of course immediately तपाईँ काम पनि पाइहाल्छ होला किन पुरा स्कोप छ है। So this is one, but for technician also is PCB, तपाईँ आर्ट्स पढेर चाहिँ हुँदैन। Okay, now there is a lot of confusion। कतिजनाले चाहिँ आर्ट्स पढेर चाहिँ diploma in paramedical पढेर चाहिँ lateral entry गर्दो रहेछ। Don't do that, huh? That's a wrong choice of course. It's useless. You're wasting 3 years already. Oh, instead of doing diploma in paramedical, then again coming to lateral degree in this will not make sense. Okay, lateral entry भने के हो तपाईहरु? Do you understand what is lateral entry? Lateral entry भने चाहिँ यस्तो हो कि कतिवटा कोर्सेस हुन्छ जुन चाहिँमा चाहिँ तपाईले एकैचोटी सेकेन्ड इयरमा एडमिसन पाउँछ, फर्स्ट इयर पढ्नै पर्दैन, त्यसलाई चाहिँ ल्याटरल एन्ट्री भन्छ। इन्जिनियरिङहरुमा हुन्छ, सबै कोर्समा हुन्छ है। बट इट डिपेन्ड्स त्यसको अगाडि तपाईले के पढेको थियो, डिप्लोमा पढेको थियो कि तपाईँ क्लास 11 एन्ड 12 मै पढेको थियो। मोस्ट अफ द टाइम डिप्लोमा पढेको छ भने एकैचोटी सेकेन्ड इयरमा एडमिसन पाउँछ नि। ओके, सो द्याट इज ल्याटरल एन्ट्री फर यु। आफ्टर द्याट वी हेभ प्रोफेसनल कोर्सेस हैन। प्रोफेसनल कोर्सेसमा चाहिँ तपाईको ब्याचलर इन होटल म्यानेजमेन्ट वी हेभ होटल म्यानेजमेन्ट तपाईको आइएचएममा छ, हाम्रो एक5मा छ है, लट अफ अदर प्लेसेस। हस्पिटल एन्ड टुरिज्म म्यानेजमेन्ट भने पनि आजकल लट अफ किड्स आर डुइङ इट रहेछ। टुरिज्म म्यानेजमेन्ट भने लट अफ किड्स आर डुइङ। हस्पिटल एडमिनिस्ट्रेसन वान अफ द मोस्ट सर्टेड हस्पिटल एडमिनिस्ट्रेसन हाम्रो मणिपालमा यो सिट छ है। अन्त कहिले पनि यो खाली जाँदैन, जहिले पनि यो सिटको लागि जहिले पनि वार हुन्छ। भने के रहेछ हस्पिटल इन एडमिनिस्ट्रेसन भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ you become a administrator in the hospital. Instead of becoming a civil service in the society, you are a civil service in the hospital. Something like that. You are not a doctor, eh? They are a doctor or administrator. Right? Usually, hospital, usually, account tracking, accounts guy is always there, accounts, accounts background. Actually, it's the hospital administration person who's supposed to be working there. Okay, so if you want to avail this seat also, we have this seat in Manipal. Okay, not only bachelors, we have in masters also, hospital administration. Then BBA, BCA, right? Bachelor in business administration, competitive applications, BBA. BBA त आजकल त यस्तो पनि हुँदो रहेछ, अब हाम्रोमा भएको सिटको चाहिँ BBA LLB पनि रहेछ है, त्यो चाहिँ ल, तर के को लागि बिजनेसको ल हो। देन BA LLB त छँदै नै छ हो। एउटा चाहिँ फेरि इन्टिग्रेटेड ल पनि हुन्छ एउटा चाहिँ। लाइक फर इक्जाम्पल if you study in Delhi University, if you do your graduation, after your graduation again you can do LLB. Okay, only 3 years laksa, but if you do BA LLB then 5 years. Okay, that's the difference. So these seats also we have in the government. Technical courses. Technical courses basically, technical it's engineering. Everybody thinks of engineering only. Okay, so technical courses, BTech. Okay, BTech दुई किसिमको छ हाम्रोमा है। एउटा चाहिँ BTech within the Sikkim भित्र हाम्रो BTech कलेजहरुको, एउटा चाहिँ सेन्ट्रल पुल सिट है। गभर्नमेन्ट अफ इन्डियाले चाहिँ हामीलाई चाहिँ इन्डियामा राम्रो भएको कलेज इन्जिनियरिङ कलेजहरु कुन चाहिँ छ त्यहाँबाट छानेर चाहिँ they give us the seat. Okay, and then we distribute those central pool seats to you, Ramaya and all these Ben College, and they're good colleges actually. Okay, so we give these colleges to you, right? But the condition is, in order to avail the central pool seat, your central pool seat, like not only BTech, BArch is also there. BArch, Bachelor's in Architecture. Okay, now in order to avail these seats, यो तपाईले सेन्ट्रल पुलको सिट चाहियो भने चाहिँ नि हैन म बाहिर पढ्छु हैन, प्लस गभर्नमेन्टकोबाट हो त्यस्तो महँगो पनि हुँदैन, म बाहिरै पढ्छु, बेंगलोरतिर पढ्छु, गभर्नमेन्टकोबाट पढ्छु भने चाहिँ त्यसको लागि चाहिँ तपाईले एउटा JEE एक्जाम्स बस्नुपर्छ है, जोइन्ट एन्ट्रेन्स एक्जाम्स. ओके, joint entrance exams मा बस्दाखेरि चाहिँ तपाईको चाहिँ paper 1 चाहिँ you have to sit for BTech. If you have to do BArc, you have to sit for paper 2. Remember, paper 1 BTech, paper 2 BArc. JEE को दुई खेप हुन्छ. एक खेप त तपाईहरुको बोर्ड एक्जाम्स क्लास 12 को बोर्ड एक्जाम्स हुँदै गरेको बेलामा एक खेप हुन्छ. त्यो राम्रो भएन भने बादमा अगेन you can apply. त्यसमा क्वालिफाई भयो you can go for the prelims. If you qualify for the if you qualify in the mains, you can even go for what is it called? Advance. Yes. Memory is getting the better of me. Advance. You can go for advance IIT KK. Now the thing is, JEE. जुन चाहिँ यो JEE तपाईले central pool को seat, if you want to avail the central pool seats, then JEE चाहिँ बस्नै पर्छ. अन्त CSAP भन्छ Central Seat Allocation Board मा online गएर चाहिँ I'll talk about that later. है online गएर चाहिँ you have to apply. But if you don't want to go outside Sikkim, right? You have to study in Sikkim only. Then we have two engineering colleges affiliated with us. One is Manipal and one is SIST. SIST, being a government college, is absolutely free. एक रुपैयाँ पनि लाग्दैन त्यहाँ. BTech SIST मा पढ्नुको लागि तपाईको एक रुपैयाँ पनि लाग्दैन हो. It's a government college. But SIST, but in Manipal, of course, you'll have to pay. But if you have quota बाट गएको त्यसका तपाईले 75% discount पाइहाल्छ कोटाबाट गयो हैन. Say if civil engineering को तपाईको 4.2 छ तपाईले हाम्रोबाट गयो भने 1 लाख पनि लाग्दैन. तर तपाईले प्राइभेटली आफै पढ्नु गयो भने 4 लाख कति लाग्छ. अझै civil engineering is the cheapest, one of the cheapest. Okay. Now these days, you know, in BTech also there are so many branches. Just computer पहिला त हाम्रो टाइममा त what are you studying भन्दाखेरि BTech in computer science भन्थे नि, computer engineering, BTech in computer engineering. Now you have BTech in computer engineering, nanotechnology, BTech computer science, blockchain, BTech computer science in AI. I mean, there's so many. Computer science मा मात्रै पुरा छ त आजकल 5-6 वटा है. So if you want to know के छ भने चाहिँ हाम्रो वेबसाइटमा आएको हुन्छ सबै, everything is there in our website. Okay, mechanical, electrical, okay, all those things. Then of course the lateral entry भने चाहिँ सपोजिङ तपाईले चाहिँ क्लास 10 सकेर चाहिँ तपाईले डिप्लोमा पढेको छ क्लास 10 मा है, डिप्लोमा. नाउ यहाँ देखाउँदैछ नि लास्टमा डिप्लोमा यो class 10 सकेर चाहिँ if you study diploma in engineering, okay, if you want to study diploma in engineering, यहाँ सिक्किममा चाहिँ लोकल भाषामा चाहिँ JEE ट्रेनिङ भन्दो रहेछ नि हैन. JEE ट्रेनिङ गएको चाहिँ खासमा चाहिँ डिप्लोमा इन इन्जिनियरिङ. अफ कोर्स त्यो पढेर तपाईँ JEE हुन्छ गभर्नमेन्टमा काम पायो भने JEE ट्रेनिङ. सो डिप्लोमा इन इन्जिनियरिङ we have in SIST and CCCT and ATTC, which is again absolutely free. पैसा एक रुपैयाँ लाग्दैन तपाईलाई. बस्नु खानु चाहिँ लाग्छ तर कलेजको चाहिँ पैसा लाग्दैन त्यहाँ. Okay, there also we have courses there. And since we are talking about diploma, we also have printing and printing alakyo and like this printing alakyo photography technology okay, printing technology and photography technology. Okay, printing and photography technology चाहिँ कोलकातामा हाम्रो सिट छ. It's very cheap, 1500 rupees fees. Oh, printing technology okay ho, photography technology okay ho. Printing पढेर आएर चाहिँ if you want to work in the government, then you will have to work in press. Oh, but if you have taken photography technology, then IPR or somewhere. Right? I think photography भन्दा अहिले चाहिँ printing मा there is more scope. Okay, printing technology मा चाहिँ there is more scope. Then of course we have the degree colleges or the degree courses or courses or academic courses भन्छ. They are called academic courses also, right? Where you go on study, you do your masters and then you do a PhD. And like that time ma'am was saying, as per the new education policy 2020, what the colleges are supposed to do is now, if you've got admissions in a college, first year if you want to drop out, then they'll at least give you a diploma saying that first year political 7, right? Second year if you study, they'll give you a general degree. Third year they'll give you honors. Then that means you can go on studying till PhD. पहिला हाम्रो टाइममा चाहिँ MPhil भन्ने थियो, they've done away with MPhil. MPhil चाहिँ छैन अहिले बिचमा. It's straight away PhD now. Okay, so these are academic courses, And academic courses, we have some of the best universities. Okay, like for example, Delhi University is with us. If you have to avail Delhi University. I'm not saying that you all are not capable of getting Delhi University admissions on your own. But here competition you're competing among yourselves. You're not competing with someone from Bihar or Jharkhand or something, no? So it's easier you stand a better chance, to get in Delhi University from the quota seat. And the advantage of getting quota seat in Delhi University is, first and foremost, they'll give you one of the better colleges. Become up and see the SRCC or KTO and LSR, right? And yes, I'm sure I must have got quota seat. You will get hostel. Delhi hostel it's like nothing like it. Extremely difficult. Every college there might be thousands of seats. So hostel bed 50 bed LSR side thousands of seats, thousands of students must be studying. So hostel 50 exam. It's so extremely difficult to get into the hostel. And trust me, if you're studying in Delhi University, you better be in the hostel. If you're not in the hostel, then you have major problems. Firstly, the flat rates are exorbitant. And then cooking, don't even go there. Safer also hostel. Right. So the advantage of getting quota seat, Delhi University, quota seat, you will get the hostel also. That's another major advantage. Okay. So we have all these degree colleges with us. Okay. Now coming to masters, master courses, MTech masters in engineering. Okay. Structure. We even have structure engineer also. Structure engineers are really sorted out course. Then of course MBA and CA. Okay. Then masters again academic course by MA, MSc, MCom. Masters in hospital administration, masters in physiotherapy, missing masters in MSc nursing, masters in nursing. Okay. So these are the master courses. You can proceed for PhD and all that. Supposing masters if you have to pursue your PhD, then higher education, technical education, you have to go to higher education. Higher education is a different universities, Sikkim, Kanchanjunga University, Sikkim University. There are some places where you'll get PhD and PhD courses. You'll have to apply in higher education and not in technical education. Okay. So now, coming back to CUET, see, I'm talking about NET, NET, I'm talking about JEE, I'm talking about CUET. Your exams are class 12 class 12 winter holidays December form usually December and January there is a form. And most of the students, they miss the bus because they don't know, they're not aware that it's and I class 12 you've already missed the bus form. December March. Right? So be very careful. Okay. Be very vigilant. December month. NET ko, CUET ko, JEE ko, your form. Okay. Now coming to CUET first. Central Agriculture University, Delhi University, Central college, anything to do with the Central College, CUET is mandatory. Okay, your CUET website CUET website your website ma gayo भने form okay, CUET ko form harta bhaisakyo hola exams are CUET ko and why government has started this CUET? Very interesting again. CUET government wants to explore, like Madam 2020, as per 2020 new education policy, things have changed. Class 8 9 maths you don't have to study maths. I don't want to study maths because I'm going to study humanities. That's what the new education policy is saying. They're giving them choice, they're giving them liberty. Exam new education policy. Class 1, 2, 3 or annual exam, happily test exam. They have EI test. My son is the TNM My son is the first batch. EI test. So my son has never given half yearly or annual exams and all that. He's in class 4 now. But every time they have this EI test. Oh, EI test. So, CUET चाहिँ किन राखेको भन्दाखेरि, for example, supposing my friend, what is his name? I keep saying, huh? Shinoop has studied. Shinoop has studied in Gangtok, and just an example. I don't know where you studied. Just a hypothetical example. Shinoop has studied in a government school, right? अब हाम्रो government school में humanities पढ्दाखेरि subjectहरु के हुन्छ? English, geography, physics, physics अरे history त्यस्तो त हुन्छ, हैन? Psychiatrist, music, Sanskritहरु त हुँदैन, त्यस्तो त teacher पनि छैन नि. But what if he wants to study Sanskrit or he wants to study psychology in graduation? तपाईले त क्लास 11 12 मा त psychology पढेकै छैन. पहिला त दिन्थेन नि. पहिला टाइममा. तर as per CUET, now what subject he wants to study in college? He wants to now study psychology or he wants to study music. हैन? उले चाहिँ CUET मा चाहिँ he can give exam, entrance, music exam दिनु हुन्छ. On the day music को entrance को marks, entrance marks, on the basis of that marks, you will be allotted college. That is the advantage. Are you understanding what I'm saying? बुझ्नुहुँदैछ हैन मैले के भनेको? Students? So that's the advantage of CUET. Now, CSAP, अघि मैले भने नि, JEE तपाईलाई engineering BTech PR को गर्नु मन छ भने चाहिँ you have to APF JEE mains and advance. Okay, mains is for that you have to register in JEE-mains.nta website. Then you have to register. Right? And if you want to avail the quota seat, central pool quota seat, you'll have to go to CSAP, Central Seat Allocation Board. Just type Central Seat Allocation Board in your Google. Practically, as a first go to page on there you CSAP. To almost get the information, everything will be there. Okay, but without this JEE, you'll not be allowed to sit for, you'll not be given admissions anywhere, eh? Okay, without JEE, I'm talking about the central pool seats. Central pool seats, ma. And the राम्रो central pool seat or the राम्रो colleges or IIT and IIT, सब the central pool mai cha. They are colleges huncha, private colleges. JEE bina pani admissions lincha, but they are not under central. They are not one of the best colleges. Like for example, architect ko kura garदाखेरि, it just hit me that I told you JEE ko लागि चाहिँ when you appear for JEE, if you want to do BTech, then it's paper 1. If you want to do PR, paper 2. But there are some private colleges, architect colleges, who will take you, okay, who will give you admissions in BR without JEE paper 2 also. They'll just tell you NATA exam was NATA, National Aptitude Test for Architects. That Gangtok ma चाहिँ छैन, nearest हाम्रो सायद Siliguri and Guwahati and Calcutta त्यहाँ छ. You have to apply for NATA. Without NATA, कुनै कलेजले एडमिसन दिँदैछु भने चाहिँ त्यो कलेज चाहिँ हाउडे, त्यहाँ चाहिँ एडमिसन नै नगर्नु. Because NATA is, if you don't have paper 2 in JEE, you have to have NATA for architect, BArch architecture. Am I clear? Now, BTech and BArch, okay. यसको स्कॉलरशिप पनि छ, अलग्गै स्कॉलरशिप छ, which I'll talk about the scholarship later. You BTech र BArch पढ्नेको नानीहरुको स्कॉलरशिप चाहिँ के छ भनेर, okay? Okay. NET, National Eligibility and Entrance Test. You can see there are so many, हैन? अघि नै कुरा गरिसक्यो हो. तर NET, now the thing is, अब there is a trend. आजकल चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ सिक्किममा के भएको छ भने चाहिँ NET एपियर गर्नको लागि चाहिँ I don't know why, maybe competition tough भएर हो कि I don't know why they always take 1 year break. हुन्छ नि, एक साल ब्रेक लिएर चाहिँ then they take a break, क्लास 12 सक्यो, एक साल डल्लै नेटको प्रिपरेसन गर्यो. आकाश अघि भन्दै थियो नि तपाईको काउन्सिलरले पनि, हैन? He was a counselor, no? काउन्सिलर सरले भन्दै थियो नि त्यहाँ आकाशमा अनि they go to all these places. But now, आजकल चाहिँ के गर्दै रहेछ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ आजकल चाहिँ after your class 10 and if after studying class 10, and you are dead sure, you know exactly what you want. You want to study MBBS, class 10 सकेर नै हैन, क्लास 10 सकेर चाहिँ मेरो नानीले चाहिँ अब नानी त हैन, नानीलाई भन्नु पर्यो, आमाले त भन्नु भएन नि हैन, अघि भन्दै थिएन म्याडमले प्रेसराइज नगर्नुहोस् नानीलाई भनेर। सो तपाईको नानी स्योर अब चाहिँ क्लास 10 सकेर चाहिँ उहिले गर्नु हुन्छ, कतिजनाले चाहिँ के गर्दो रहेछ भन्दाखेरि देयर आर सो मेनी डमी स्कुल्स कि, सो दिस डमी स्कुल्स व्हाट दे डु इज उनीहरूले तपाईँलाई एडमिसन लिन्छ स्कुलमा, तर उनीहरूले चाहिँ 2 साल चाहिँ निटको मात्रै प्रिपेयर गराइबस्छ। At the same time, board exams पनि गराउँछ because they are registered or affiliated with some school. लास्टमा एक्जाम पनि गराउँछ because in order to do NET, JEE, आजकल त क्लास 12 को रिजल्ट त हेर्दैन हैन। Minimum eligibility for ST is 50. Oh, and 45 पनि छ for different level ST and all is 45. For ST is 50, and for OBC 55. For the general is 55. For OBC, ST is 50. 50% मात्रै ल्यायो भने you are eligible seat दिन्छ भनेर हैन कसले पनि, you are eligible to sit for NET exams. So this kind of these dummy schools, what they do is they take students, right? They take students and they throughout the year, for the next 2 years, what they do is they slog you out for the upcoming NET exams. NET को मात्रै, NET को कतिले JEE को पनि गर्दो रहेछ, JEE को मात्रै गराउँदो रहेछ, and board exams पनि दिन्छ. So by the time the NET exams comes, you are ready. Okay, they do that also. Okay, not that I recommend it, I'm just telling you this is also done. You know? But so after the NET, I told you about this 53 seats, right? Central Post seats को बारेमा भन्यो. Okay, so these are the quota seats. Quota seat को बारेमा चाहिँ यो हो, है? अन्त अब plus not only I just talked about the general quota seat. These are the most famous ones, sorted ones. These are the most sorted ones. So I just talked about this. Apart from that, any course in Manipal, any course in SPU, any course in ICFI, जुन चाहिँ पनि कोर्स छ, everything is in government quota. Government quota मा हुन्छ किनभने जुन चाहिँ कलेजले युनिभर्सिटीले पनि सिक्किममा they establish, okay, they have to sign an MOU with the government saying that quota चाहिँ दिन्छ भनेर. त्यसकारणले मणिपालमा जुन चाहिँ कोर्स तपाईलाई पढ्नु मन पर्यो त्यो कोर्स चाहिँ हाम्रोमा छ. Though I spoke about it or not, but that we have definitely. There might be so many courses I might not have talked about, right? Like clinical psychology, applied psychology, just physical sports, PHE, physical and health. So many courses we have, right? So these are the quota seats, and remember, quota seat तपाईको eligibility हेरेर दिन्छ number 1, है? तपाईले जस्तै MBBS गर्ने NET को मार्क्स हेरेर दिन्छ, engineering गर्ने JEE को, है, and so on, and Central Agriculture को गर्ने CAU. TRI, remember that. Another thing is you have to have a COI. Okay. Now, even if you don't have COI, तपाईको COI छैन भने तपाईले पाउँछ, but 5% मा पाउँछ. त्यसको 5% मा चाहिँ 4 categories ले पाउँछ. If you don't have COI, first is trade license हुनेहरुलाई दिन्छ, हो? अर्को चाहिँ RC होल्डरहरुलाई दिन्छ. अर्को चाहिँ जसको ड्याड को फादर को COI छैन बट आमाको छ उनीहरुलाई पनि दिन्छ अदर्स क्याटेगोरीमा. अर्को चाहिँ अब हाम्रोमा त हुँदैन तर OBC हरु हुन्छ नि जुन चाहिँ OBC क्याटेगोरीहरु उनीहरुको चाहिँ सिलिङ लिमिट हुन्छ. लाइक फर एक्जाम्पल इफ दे आर सर्टेन from a wealthy family, then they go to the creamy layer, right? Creamy layer ma hundakeri chai they cannot get the OBC quota seat, so they will get in others category. Okay, and the last is your mother and father, both of them don't have a COI, but however either one or both of them are working as a regular government employee, then they can also avail quota seat in the 5%. But the disadvantage is the 5% चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ उनीहरुलाई चाहिँ लास्टमा साला खाला भन्दैन, त्यो उब्रेको मात्रै दिन्छ. फर्स्टमा हाम्रै त्यो मान्छेको सबै पैसा yes first what happens is the first सबैजनालाई दिन्छ हाम्रो STI BLPT ST BLPT OBC MBC ST BLPT लास्टमा टक्कै उब्रेको हुन्छ. लु अब अदर्स क्याटेगोरीको नलाग्नु भन्छ. त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हाम्रो MBBS को त्यो फ्री सिट कहिले पनि अदर्स क्याटेगोरीले पाउँदैन किन हाम्रो लोइसकेको हुन्छ. बादमा त्यो फ्री सिट full payment seat मात्रै उब्रेको हुन्छ. So most of the time they getting that. So that is the disadvantage if you don't have a COI. Okay, and remember if you are already 18 years old, please make your own COI as per government norms. 18 वर्षदेखि आफ्नो COI हुनुपर्छ. एडमिसनको टाइममा अब जस्तै अब हामीले कोटा सिट बाँड्दैछ अगस्तमा फर्म भर भनेर तपाईँ अगस्तमै तपाईँको बर्थडे हो भने अगस्तदेखि डिसेम्बरसम्म चाहिँ छुट छ लाइक अन्डर प्रोसेस भनेर ड्याड फादरको सिओआई हाल्दा छुट छ हो बट आफ्टर डिसेम्बर चाहिँ फेरि तपाईँले आफ्नो सिओआई बनाएर बादमा हामीलाई देखाउनै पर्छ ओके द्याट इज द सेकेन्ड थिङ द थर्ड थिङ इज डोन्ट फर्गेट द रिजर्भेसन पोलिसी सो द्याट यु डोन्ट गेट डिसअपोइन्टेड इन लाइफ ओके remember the reservation policy okay because this reservation policy can sometimes get very frustrating you know हैन कोही बेला पुरा फ्रस्ट्रेटिङ हुन्छ अब तपाईको 90% छ एउटा एससी क्याटेगोरीको 60% छ उसको नाम तपाईको अगाडि आउँछ उसलाई सिट दिन्छ तपाईलाई दिएकै छैन हो बट द्याट्स लाइफ यु गट टु डिल विथ इट हो बट एट लिस्ट बी मेन्टली प्रिपेयर्ड नो मेन्टली प्रिपेयर्ड नट ओन्ली यो कोटा सिट पाउनुमा भोलिपछि तपाईले कामहरु खोज्दा त्यस्तै हुन्छ बीएल एसटी एमबीसी ओबीसी एसटी एससी हो सो बी मेन्टली प्रिपेयर्ड तपाईको एउटा तपाईसँग पढ्ने एससी केटाले त्यस्तो राम्रो एक्जाम गरेन त उसको कोटाबाट उसले पाउन सक्छ तपाईले पाउन सक्दैन just be mentally prepared okay is you have availed quota seat हैन तपाईले कोटा सिट पायो तपाईले एडमिसन गरे या त तपाई आफै गएर जहाँनिर एडमिसन गर्यो भने पनि that is admissions that those are quota seats okay don't confuse quota seats with scholarship okay scholarship are totally different and quota seat are totally different okay after you got admissions wherever जुन चाहिँ कलेजमा तपाईले एडमिसन पाइसक्यो then you are also eligible for scholarship हैन यस्तो हैन कि तपाईले अब मैले त गभर्नमेन्ट कोटा पाएँ मैले त कति तिरेन 10,000 मात्रै तिरे म त अब पाउँदिन होला गभर्नमेन्टबाट कोटा पाएँ नो even if you got quota seat you can still avail for scholarship even if you haven't got quota seats also you can still avail for scholarship is your right हैन तपाईले कोटाबाट जाओस् तपाईले प्राइभेटली जाओस् तपाई do it on your own हैन but scholarship is a totally different thing scholarship भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ तपाईले कहाँबाट कोटाबाट पाएको हो कि हैन त्यो हेर्दैन okay so there are so many scholarships okay why I'll probably talk about most of the scholarship in the gist but कतिवटा त तपाईलाई it might not be applicable to students some are PG scholarship some are PhD scholarship and all that but however you can remember and you can tell your friends है गाउँ बस्तीमा गएर you can tell them यस्तो हुँदो रहेछ गभर्नमेन्टले पैसा दिँदै रहेछ यहाँ पढ्ने यस्तो दिँदै रहेछ एटलिस्ट आजको यो सब कुरा सुनेर चाहिँ you can spread the word हैन it might help right so this Apatan scholarship चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ if you do PhD in Bhutia any of the languages actually यहाँ लिम्बू मात्रै लेखेछ कि सिक्किमको जुन चाहिँ अहिले सिक्किमको जुन चाहिँ लोकल ल्याङ्ग्वेजमा पनि तपाईले PhD गर्दैछ भने चाहिँ है तपाईले PhD गर्दैछ भने चाहिँ सिक्किम भित्र हो भने चाहिँ त्यसै तपाईलाई गभर्नमेन्टबाट गर्दैछु भने पेपर मात्रै बुझाउनु पर्छ तपाईले 1 लाख पाउँछ आउटसाइड सिक्किम 3 लाख हो अन्त इफ यु आर डुइङ आउटसाइड सिक्किम यु गेट 3 lakhs one time घरिघरि पाउँदैन एकखेप पाइ सक्यो okay so you will get it in 3 installments but right okay and यसको लागि पनि फेरि सिओआई चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ अदर्स क्याटेगोरीले पाउँदैन यसमा चाहिँ प्रपर सिओआई ओके अपार्ट फ्रम द्याट दिस नरबहादुर भण्डारी फेलोशिप स्किम चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ if you are studying it's a financial assistance to meritorious students है तर if you are studying subjects like यहाँ हेर्नुहोस् है राम्ररी MBA ल्याङ्ग्वेज एन्ड टेक्निकल कोर्सेस उनीहरूले चाहिँ पाउँदैन किन उनीहरूको लागि अर्कै स्कलरसिप छ नि त फेरि हो त्यस कारण उनीहरूले चाहिँ नदिएको यो इन्जिनियरिङ गर्नेहरू MBA गर्नेहरूलाई चाहिँ यो स्कलरसिप नदिएको किन उनीहरूको लागि अर्कै स्कलरसिप छ यसको लागि चाहिँ नि इफ यु आर इन एनी अफ द टप युनिभर्सिटिज अफ द वर्ल्ड है यो QS भन्छ QS चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ यसले चाहिँ वर्ल्डको चाहिँ टप 20 युनिभर्सिटी चाहिँ कुन चाहिँ भयो योपालि भन्ने जहिले ऱ्याङ्क गर्छ QS को हेर्नुपर्छ हामीले है इङ्ल्यान्डमा QS चाहिँ जहिले पनि यो टप युनिभर्सिटी टप 10 युनिभर्सिटिज टप 20 युनिभर्सिटी चेन्ज भइबस्छ कि अन्त इट हेज टु बी इन द टप 20 युनिभर्सिटिज इफ यु गेट एडमिसन्स इन द टप 20 युनिभर्सिटिज अब्रॉड है यु विल गेट 50 lakhs Now, talking about studying abroad, a lot of students, you know, they really want to study abroad, right? Or they really want to study abroad, but they have a financial constraint. So what you can do is, you can avail Chief Minister's Education Loan, okay? तर त्यो लोन चाहिँ कस्तो खालको लोन हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ तपाईँले ब्याङ्कमा लोन दिए भनेको जस्तो लोन चाहिँ होइन लाइक ब्याङ्कमा गयो भने त लोन दियो भने आजकल त फोन गर्दो रहेछ है लोन चाहिन्छ भनेर नोटिफिकेसन गेट द कल प्लिज टेक लोन भनेर होइन त्यस्तो लोन होइन त्यो चाहिँ त्यो ब्याङ्कमा गएर लोन दिए भने बित्तिकै पेपर देखाउनुहोस् न फ्ल्याटर लोन दिने त्यस्तो होइन त्यसको लागि चाहिँ के गर्नुपर्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ एरिया एमएलएको रिकमेन्डेसन लिएर चाहिँ तपाईँको पेपर कहाँ पढ्नु जाने तपाईँको फिस कति छ भनेर चाहिँ सिटीको ब्याङ्कमा त्यो जुवेल्स फ्याक्ट्रीको पछाडि छ नि मुनि जुवेल्स फ्याक्ट्री देख्नु भएको छ तपाईँले पहिला त्यहाँ के वाट वाच द्याट सिटीको वाच के थियो त्यसको अलिकति मुनि छ त्यहाँ गएर चाहिँ यु हेभ टु सबमिट द्याट त्यो सबमिट मात्रै गरेर पनि हुँदैन देन द्याट फाइल उनीहरूले चेक गरेर कोलाट्रल त इज द्याट ओके त्यहाँ त्यो उनीहरूले चेक गरेर त हाम्रोमा पठाउँछ फेरि टेक्निकलमा किन उनीहरूलाई कलेजको बारेमा थाहा छैन नि ब्याङ्कलाई यो कलेज ठिक हो कि होइन भनेर हामीले भेरिफाई गर्नु पर्यो कलेज ठिक रहेछ यो कोर्स पनि ठिक रहेछ रेकगनाइज रहेछ किनभने रेकगनाइज नभएको कलेजहरू चाहिँ पाउँदैन होइन एन्ड देन इट गोज टु द बोर्ड वेयर द एजुकेसन सेक्रेटरी स्किल डेभलपमेन्ट एन्ड secretary or board member, then it goes to CS and then it goes to the chief minister for government approval, then it comes back and then you get that loan. Okay, good sum you'll get 30, 50 some loan, right? Advantage, supposing तपाईले त्यो लोन पाइहाल्यो भने हैन सिटीको comprehensive education loan पाइहाल्यो भने चाहिँ you don't have to return the loan immediately, you can start returning the loan once you start work and it's interest free. Interest तपाईँको त्यो लोन लाग्दैन है तर त्यो लोन चाहिँ त्यति सजिलो छैन त्यो लोनको चाहिँ अलिकति प्रोसेसै छ त्यो चाहिँ मैले अहिले नै भन्नु त्यो अफिसमा आएर लु सर त्यो लोन दिनुहोस् त चाहिँ नभन्नु हो त्यसको चाहिँ राम्रो प्रोसेस छ ब्याङ्कमा गएर पाएको लोन जस्तो होइन ओके एरिया एमएलएदेखि थाहा छ रिकमेन्डेसन दिँदै ओके बट इभेन्चुली इफ यु वान्ट टु गो अब्रड देन द्याट इज अल्सो वान अफ यर अप्सन्स देयर ओके दिस इज भेरी इन्ट्रेस्टिङ अनएम्प्लोइड ग्रेजुएट्सहरू जो छ दोज हु हेभ सिओआई है once in a year last year the भएन त्यसको अर्जी एकेपल्ट एन्ट्रेन्स गर्छ गभर्नमेन्टले वेयर स्टुडेन्ट्स हु डन BA BSc उनीहरूलाई चाहिँ नि what they do is they give a opportunity to work as an intern गभर्नमेन्टतिर केही फ्याक्ट्रीतिर या त गभर्नमेन्टको अफिसतिर त्यस्तै one family one job होइन प्लिज डोन्ट गेट कन्फ्युज विथ दिस दिस इज अ स्किम intern जस्तो पारेर पठाउँछ गभर्नमेन्टले है and then they will be given monthly stipend of 10,000 rupees. Okay, तर यसको लागि चाहिँ एन्ट्रेन्स एक्जाम हुन्छ है ओके एन्ट्रेन्स एक्जाम एजुकेसन डिपार्टमेन्टले नै गर्छ है अप्रिलतिर गर्छ नर्मली तर योपालि पनि आई डोन्ट नो इफ इट विल ह्यापन लास्ट इयर भएन त्यसको अगाडि चाहिँ भएको थियो 2 खेप ओके नेभरदलेस दिस स्किम इज अल्सो द चिफ मिनिस्टर्स Okay, now once you've got the quota seat मात्रै भन्छु once you've got the admissions तपाईँले एडमिसन गरे अरे कुनै कलेजमा पनि एडमिसन गरिसक्यो मणिपालमा कोटाबाट जाओस् या जहाँसुकैबाट जाओस् द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेन्ट थिङ इज यु हेभ टु गेट अ जोइनिङ रिपोर्ट भन्छ तपाईँले एउटा ल्याउनै पर्छ जोइनिङ रिपोर्ट भने चाहिँ इट बेसिकली सेज द्याट यु आर स्टडिङ इन द्याट कलेज राइट दिस कोर्स फ्रम दिस इयर टु दिस इयर एन्ड देन द competent authority of the college will certify it, saying seal on that you have to have that. Okay. Once you have that, then you can avail scholarship in NSP, National Scholarship Portal. Okay. You can take scholarship that is offered by the Education Department, or you can take scholarship that is offered by the Welfare Department. Welfare Education Department, right? जस्तै अब यो चिफ मिनिस्टर्स म्यारिज स्कलरसिप भन्छ नि म्यारिज स्कलरसिप चाहिँ कसको लागि हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ जुन चाहिँ नानीहरूले चाहिँ क्लास 12 मा चाहिँ 80% एन्ड अबभ पाएको छ केही हेर्दैन 80% पाएको छ टक्कै स्कलरसिप दिइहाल्छ 80%. Okay, 80% scholarship. Then you also have general scholarship. Then you also have the general scholarship, right? General scholarship चाहिँ कसको लागि हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब त्यो नानी ज्ञानी छैन 80% त पाएन है तर आमा बाउ चाहिँ पुरा गरिब छ अरे आमा बाउको इन्कम चाहिँ इयरली 6 लाख पनि छैन अरे है देन यु जस्ट प्रोड्युस द्याट सर्टिफिकेट इन्कम सर्टिफिकेट उनीहरूले पनि पाउँछ ओके यु गेट द स्कलरसिप नाउ say somebody is not very good in studies and has not scored 80% and his or her parents are not very poor also okay the income slab my पसेन 6 लाख the BC छ है उनीहरुको लागि चाहिँ NEC स्कलरसिप भन्छ नेशनल नर्थ ईस्ट स्कलरसिप नर्थ ईस्ट काउन्सिल NEC स्कलरसिप भन्छ यो स्कलरसिपहरु चाहिँ एजुकेसन डिपार्टमेन्टमा छ यो तपाईलाई स्कलरसिप चाहियो भने चाहिँ नि एनएसपी तपाईँको एडमिसन सक्ने बित्तिकै एनएसपी रिमेम्बर नेसनल स्कलरसिप पोर्टल त्यो खुल्यो कि खुलेन भनेर हेर्नुपर्छ तपाईँले हो त्यो खुल्यो भने एप्लाई गरिहाल्नुपर्छ त्यहाँनिर ओके यो चाहिँ एडुकेसनको नाउ you also have scholarship NSP scholarship in welfare department okay now I'm not from welfare department तर I know welfare department मा पनि उनीहरूको scholarship छ उनीहरूको religious minority पनि रहेछ उनीहरूको त्यहाँदेखि OBC ST scholarship marriage scholarship general scholarship उनीहरूकोमा झन् किसिमको scholarship छ है अन्त युजसी तपाईँ कहाँ फिट हुँदो रहेछ म चाहिँ कहाँ फिट हुन्छ ST scholarship अनि minority scholarship मा religious minority मा है so they have and welfare मा पनि you need a COI but welfare को scholarship को चाहिँ सबै schemes हुन्छ central को scheme हो state को हैन okay central को scheme that is why welfare को scheme मा you will get more money अब if you want more money it's better to apply for scholarship in welfare because education मा it's not that much okay we are still giving them around 15 to 2000 to 2500 on an average monthly and 10,000 rupees as a ceiling limit for your book reimbursement that's not much किनभने त्यति त खर्च आजकल है okay welfare is they give you good amount college fees here they I don't know how they work it out like I said I'm not from the welfare department so उनीहरुले चाहिँ राम्रो amount दिन्छ नर्सिङ गर्नेहरु जन टेक्निकल कोर्सेसहरु गर्नेलाई okay but remember दुईटै एप्लाई गर्यो भने पाउनु चाहिँ एउटा मात्रै पाउँछ फेरि हैन किनभने दुईटैको एनएसपी नै हो नि यो एप्लाइङ इन द सेम पोर्टल नि अन्त त्यही नाम जान्दाखेरि उनीहरुले एउटा क्यान्सल गरिदिन्छ हो सो इट्स बेटर यु एप्लाई ओन्ली वान भने तपाईले बेसिकको पनि कम्तीको पनि एप्लाई गरेको छ भने बेसिकको काटिदियो भने नो सो इट्स बेटर यु एप्लाई ओन्ली वान यसको चाहिँ के थियो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ students who studied in government school from class 1 to 5 mandatory 1 to 5 चाहिँ क्लास गभर्नमेन्ट स्कुल पढेको हुनुपर्छ उनीहरू क्लास 5 को क्लास 5 सम्म पढेको नानीहरूलाई चाहिँ एउटा एन्ट्रेन्स गभर्नमेन्ट स्कुलको नानीहरूलाई चाहिँ एन्ट्रेन्स टेस्ट गराएर चाहिँ डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाइज एन्ट्रेन्स टेस्ट गराएर चाहिँ त्यहाँबाट पनि वी गेट द क्रेम डे ला क्रेम द बेस्ट अफ द बेस्ट ओके वी गेट द बेस्ट स्टुडेन्ट्स एन्ड देन वी युज टु सेन्ड देम टु सम अफ द बेटर स्कुल्स है वी युज टु सेन्ड देम टु डिपिएस एन्ड देन पाइन ग्रोभ यो स्कुलहरू पठाउँथ्यो है पाइन ग्रोभ सेन्ट जोसेफ मार्तम सिलगढी हिल्स है all the schools but now what government has done अब चाहिँ गभर्नमेन्टले के गरेको छ भने चाहिँ गभर्नमेन्टले आफ्नै एउटा प्राइभेट स्कुल खोलेको छ हो so those students will all go not go to these schools but they'll go to that school okay government ko it's a exceptionally very good school with all the facilities everything is free okay because we realize यस्तो गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ के हुँदो रहेछ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ नानीहरूलाई चाहिँ फर्स्ट एन्ड फरमोस्ट अब क्लास 1 देखि 5 सम्म पढ्ने नानी गभर्नमेन्ट स्कुलको भने त not from a very fortunate background I don't know how to put it better but that's the bitter truth not from a very fortunate background and the unala just say you are sending them to DPS or you sending them to Pine Grove or something त्यहाँनिर त धनी नानीहरू आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ उनीहरूलाई अलग्गै राखिदिँदो रहेछ स्कलरसिप स्टुडेन्ट्स भनेर अलिकति विक पनि छ भनेर अन्त अलिकति नानीहरू छुट्याउँदो रहेछ के रहेछ भनेर चाहिँ यो सिस्टमै हटाइदिएको गभर्नमेन्टले अब ओके प्लस फेरि अर्को कुरा चाहिँ के छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ सो दिस स्टुडेन्ट्स वाट ह्यापन्स इज यो चाहिँ मेरो पर्सनल अब्जर्भेसन हो पर्सनल अब्जर्भेसन के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ दिस स्टुडेन्ट्स दे आर नट फ्रम भेरी फर्चुनेट ब्याकग्राउन्ड फर ल्याक अफ अ बेटर वर्ड दे आर नट फ्रम भेरी फर्चुनेट ब्याकग्राउन्ड अन्त क्लास 12 सम्म त्यहाँ पढ्यो देन सडनली स्कुल छोड्दाखेरि अगेन दे हेभ टु गो ब्याक टु द बस्ती फ्रम दे आर कलेज फेरि त्यस्तै कलेज खोज्नु पऱ्यो होइन सो अगेन द्याट टाइम दे हेभ प्रब्लम यु नो सो मेबी बिकज अफ अल दिस थिङ्स दिस scholarship has changed and now we're sending them to our own school in Gangtok what is that place called? Asan Ninchima College. Amazing school, I've been there. Okay. Now cash award for local students CBSE मा तपाईको नानीहरुले क्लास 10 या त क्लास 12 मा नानीहरुले टप गरेले फर्स्ट आयो सेकेन्ड आयो थर्ड आयो भने कम टु द डिपार्टमेन्ट एजुकेसन डिपार्टमेन्ट to claim for their cash prize. Okay, first only 50,000, second only 35,000, and the third only 25,000. This is government दिया छ. Okay, and it's not like यो scheme or just हैन फाइल चढ्नु पर्छ अप्रुभ हुनु पर्छ. It's already approved, notified हो नि त यो. So they give you your mark हुन्छ कि जले पनि your mark means पैसा राखेको हुन्छ. दिन आउँछ भनेर राखेको हुन्छ दिया छ. हो and it's not that science को अलगै आर्ट्स को टप अलगै commerce ko topper अलगै, vocational ko topper अलगै, okay, they will get 50,000, 25,000, 25,000. And if I'm not wrong, यो पैसा चाहिँ सायद रिपब्लिक डे कि इन्डिपेन्डेन्स डेमा दिन्छ हो सीएम साहबले नानीहरूलाई बोलाइ दिन्छ नि यो पायो भने इन्डिपेन्डेन्स डे कि रिपब्लिक डे वान अफ दिस डेज यो होला इन्डिपेन्डेन्स डे ओके प्रेरणा एन्ड मेरिट स्कलरसिप प्रेरणा एन्ड मेरिट स्कलरसिप भने चाहिँ प्रेरणा इज ओन्ली फर गर्ल चाइल्ड मेरिट इज फर एभ्रीबडी यो चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ गभर्मेन्ट स्कुल पढ्ने नानीहरूलाई चाहिँ क्लास 5 मा क्लास 8 मा दुई खेप इक्जाम्स राख्छ अन्त त्यसै त्यो इक्जाम्स उनीहरूले राम्रो मार्क्स पायो भने गभर्मेन्टले उनीहरूलाई 600 फर क्लास 5 हो अन्त 600 to 1200 for class 5, 700 to 1500 for class 8 students, right? Annually, त्यसै दिइबस्छ पढ्नुमा अलिक राम्रो रहेछ भनेर सपोर्ट जस्तो भयो ओके अब तपाईँहरूको नानीहरू कोही बस्तीतिर कोही गभर्मेन्ट स्कुलमा पढ्दैछ भने यो यसको बारेमा पनि भनिदिनुहोस् यस्तो इक्जाम हुँदैछ राखिदिनु नि पाउनु सक्छ भनेर I spoke about this merit in general. Okay, भने मैले अहिले आउँदै रहेछ. Okay, this is really good यो PhD MPhil त छैन अब तर PhD scholarship. Okay, and this PhD scholarship welfare दिँदैन हाम्रो गभर्मेन्ट एजुकेसन डिपार्टमेन्टले दिन्छ. Okay, so when you do your PhD है PhD गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ फर्स्ट एन्ड फरमोस्ट चाहिँ तपाईँको COI हुनुपर्छ नम्बर 1 अन्त सिनोप्सिस चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ तपाईँले केमा गरेको PhD भनेर हैन अब PhD भने चाहिँ रिसर्च हो नि रिसर्च भने चाहिँ संसारलाई नथाहा भएको कुरा चाहिँ तपाईँले भन्दैछ नि अब यो फुलमा चाहिँ यस्तो पनि हुँदो रहेछ सबैजना हेर्नु मेरो होइन थाहा न त्यो सिनोप्सिस चाहिँ केमा गरेको छ भने सिनोप्सिस चाहिँ तपाईँले बुझाउनुपर्छ एजुकेसन डिपार्टमेन्टमा इट्स अ भेरी गुड यु गेट 6,000 रुपिस पर मन्थ एभ्री मन्थ यु गेट 6,000 रुपिस ओके नट ओन्ली द्याट यु एन्ड यु अल्सो बी रिइम्बर्स 12,000 रुपिस तपाईँको केही किताबहरू केही रिसर्चमा गरेको छ भने इफ यु आर डुइङ PhD or if anyone is doing PhD, you can tell them also. You is to scheme pani raisa education department ma gaera you can find out bhanera. Okay. And अहिले गभर्मेन्टले के खोलेको छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ गभर्मेन्ट इम्प्लोइजहरुको लागि अब के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि स्पेशली टिचर्सहरु के हुन्छ भन्दा दे वान्ट टु मोस्ट अफ द टिचर्स दे अलवेज पर्सुइङ देयर एकाडेमिक्स फर्दर नि के एमए गर्छ बीए गर्नेले कति एमए गर्ने PhD हरु गर्छ अन्त जो टिचरहरु छ गभर्मेन्ट इम्प्लोइ हो तपाईले 3,000 रुपैयाँ पाउँछ PhD गर्दैछ भने ओके पर मन्थ grant in financial assistance to local RIMC तपाईको कसैको नानीहरु RIMC मा पढ्दैछ अरे हैन मिलिटरी स्कुल हो यो ओके राष्ट्रिय इन्डियन मिलिटरी कलेज भन्छ तर स्कुल हो यो RIMC मा तपाईको नानीहरु कसैको तपाईको या तपाईको चिनेको नानीहरु कसैको पढ्दैछ भने सेन्ड देम टु द डिपार्टमेन्ट उनीहरुको लागि पनि छ ओके क्याश इन्सेन्टिभ्स यु गेट पैसा नट ओन्ली द्याट अब RIMC को चाहिँ के छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ इट्स अ मिलिटरी स्कुल नि हो मिलिटरी स्कुल अन्त इट्स भेरी टफ टु गेट इन्टु अल्सो है तर IIMC ले चाहिँ के दिएको छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ हाम्रो स्टेटलाई चाहिँ कोटा पनि दिएको छ स्कुलमा एडमिसन्स गर्नुको लागि हो तर त्यसको एन्ट्रेन्स त्यसको इक्जाम चाहिँ होम डिपार्टमेन्टले राख्छ एजुकेसनले राख्दैन ओके सालमा 2 खेप गर्छ यिनीहरूले ओके सो इट्स त्यहाँ गएर एडमिसन ट्राई गर्नुभन्दा यहीँ सजिलो पर्छ नि हाम्रो नानीहरूसँग कम्पिटिसन गर्नु होइन so that facility is also there and the exam is normally conducted twice in the month of June and December June and December ma huncha don't forget Sainik School Golpara Assam ma cha hai त्यहाँनिर तपाईको नानीहरु कोही पढ्दैछ भने उनीहरुले पनि 20,000 रुपैयाँ गभर्नमेन्टबाट पाउँछ Sainik School Golpara that's also an army school okay per annum yes yearly okay now this is very interesting this is scholarship for tribal girl students in Banasthali University, Rajasthan. Okay. Now I don't know if you all are familiar with the Hindi PGTs in government schools. Our government schools ma chai ni Hindi PGT haru ko cha tapaile ever try to find out? Bhutia lepcha haru नै बेसी छ सिक्किममा Hindi PGT चाहिँ भुटिया र लेप्चा मात्रै छ if you try to find out right अन्त किन भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ यसले गर्दाखेरि यो चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ जब नानीहरू केटी तर उनी गर्ल्स ओके only girls when they are around 9 to 10 years old, unako entrance exam basa, right? Entrance exam, they have to appear for an entrance exam, and classes, what standard they will be, all it is not classified because it depends on the Hindi, how well they know Hindi. If they are well versed in Hindi, maybe they'll get in class 6. If they are zero in Hindi, maybe they'll have to start from class 5. Class 5 Hindi mate pauncha. But this is only about Hindi. Okay, Hindi class 12 सम्म Hindi पढ्यो, graduation पनि Hindi गर्यो, PhD सम्म छ. तपाईले class 5 देखि गएर PhD नि पढ्न निक्लिन सक्छ तपाई. Everything is financed. Train को टिकट पनि रहेछ सालमा एक खेप up and down. That's also there. Everything. But Hindi. अरु पाउँदैन तपाईले पढ्न हिन्दी मात्रै. त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हाम्रो ट्राइबल भुटिया लेप्चाहरु चाहिँ पुरा यहाँ हिन्दी पढेर चाहिँ यहाँ सबै हिन्दी PhDहरु चाहिँ भुटिया र लेप्चा मात्रै भयो. Right? So this means come merit. I don't think any government employees here. Teacher हुनुहुन्छ तपाई? If your kids are if teacher कोही government employeeहरुको नानी चाहिँ technical course पढ्दैछ भने चाहिँ you can avail this scholarship. तर बेसी त छैन 6,000 rupees per year, पनि you can get it. Okay, 500 rupees per month हो. But just that तपाई teacher हो अनि तपाईको नानीले चाहिँ technical course पढ्दैछ भने. Okay, as simple as that. NEC, I told you, जसको चाहिँ मेरिटमा पनि पाएन, जसले चाहिँ यता जेनरलमा पनि पाएन, you can apply for NEC भन्नु हैन. So NEC चाहिँ हाम्रो स्टेटको पनि हैन, यो चाहिँ नर्थ इस्ट काउन्सिल बनाएको स्कलरशिप हो. You can avail this scholarship also. Your scholarship चाहिँ not only diploma but graduation, PhD, everything they give. Okay, MPhil लाई छैन, PhD लाई पनि दिन्छ. Okay, thank you.
So the other bit is okay. Shiri ke ani genzi number ani tunda kara so thargela ta ani madam se bege samani japyo khale beshi mana yore sani gunji ne manzura japyo shumana so the Tibetan settlement officer, he could not come because of the office administration work. However, he has sent the office vehicle along with his driver to accommodate all the SOPA's representatives. So thank you so much to the settlement officer. And the most important, there was a very huge topic in our discussion, that how to identify yourself, how to know your strength, weakness, how to evaluate yourself. So as a bonus to all of you, we have among us one of the doctorate in physical education, Dr. Nozumla, who has recently cracked the one and only scholarship annually given to one Indian scholar for the Leipzig University in Germany, which is renowned among, I think, top 115 sports institute in Europe, Russia. All the Moran scholarship crack nang yore. Ani Mora imba in Yamadela Jubilant Lalo, in a Pajus Stadium, Haza, Pajor Namgil Girls School Lalo, and DJ Laya, Gwalior Lalo, Tagarang Laya, she cracked for the doctorate, PhD Chevrolet, and DJ Laya now she is in the Diet College as a lecturer, and now she has cracked the scholarship, the loan scholarship in Germany University. So she'll help us, give us some kind of a clue how to identify your skills and how to know yourself in 2 minutes. Please. So it's a bonus for you all.
Very warm good afternoon to one and all present here.
Please.
Thank you so much. So first of all, to the experts, thank you for your wonderful guidance. I just realized that I've missed out so many scholarships. But yes, I would like to take this opportunity to interact with the youngsters, because that is something I would really, really love to do. I'm a teacher myself in Diet College, and like Ajula just said, since I am somebody who has just recently completed my PhD in 2022, and then now also cracked one of the examinations to pursue a diploma course under 100% scholarship from Leipzig University, Germany. So in this entire process, what I've understood and what I think, not like a miss out, but I think like everybody has personal experience, right? So from that aspect, what I want to let you know is there's a big question Like one of our young girl, she said, I'm interested in 3 or more courses. How do I do about it? What do I do? So yeah, I'm here to talk a little bit about that. We call it a SWOT analysis, SWOT. S is strength, W is weakness, O is opportunities, and T is threat. So SWOT analysis is done in many things. Disaster management, everything. So choosing a career for yourself also comes from what do you want to do. For my example, I had taken up science when I reached class 11 because I wanted to take medical. I wanted to become a doctor. But then what I realized also was, if I don't become a doctor, I cannot become a nurse. Because I felt like doctor is, the kind of night duty that the responsibility brings along. I think I will not be able to do justice to the job. I always thought that. So I had one of the options. At least I thought like, what is it that I don't want to do? Along with what is it that I want to do? So SWOT analysis, there are many websites actually. So this is also called Career Aptitude Test. So what you can do is, there'll be a very general quiz. So you can go through those quiz and it'll help you to analyze what are the things that you like. For example, some of you may be interested in public speaking. At the same time, some of you don't want to public speak at all. So within medical also, let's say, if you take anesthesiologist, you don't have to talk to people because the patient who's coming to you is half unconscious or in the state of surgery. So getting it. At the same time, if you're somebody who really likes to talk, then you can go for clinical. You talk a lot with people. Okay, so every career has these variations. So that is what you need to understand. And this is the Gen Z, the Gen Z era, right? So you all are very well versed with the AI, the computer technology. Please utilize it to stay on top notch. So until and unless you are not, utilizing those sources to make yourself outstanding, there's a high chances that you'll be laid back somewhere. It's like how some years ago, use of computer. Like let's say our elders right now, our parents right now, some of them chose to learn to digitalize, digital educate themselves, and some of them chose to, none of my business, I don't need it. But then eventually, everything right now is digital. Everything right now is about able to identify numbers and press a certain button, right? So eventually AI is going to be like that. So I think along with your preparation for all the examinations, there are many technology that you can use along. So I highly recommend that. But while that being said, you should be clear of not using social media side by side. So any device, if you're using for study, that device I recommend not to download or have any Instagram or app like that, because we are humans eventually, right? So yeah, that's one thing. So SWOT analysis, also called Career Aptitude Test, please go for it. It'll help you be much more clear about what you're just thinking about. Then as a person who has just been through the college life, I want to recommend you, please stay away from bad company. I know it doesn't sound like, we say that I'm good, I can be good. If somebody asks me to smoke along, I can say no once, no twice, but we are humans again in the end. If I don't want to burn the bridges, if I want to hold on to the friendship, I might as well just say, okay, I'm going to try. So the thing is, those things will become a part of your distraction. So if you are able to hold yourself like that, for these few years, your life is going to change drastically. I am a student who's an average. My 10 board exam, 12 board exam is barely 70, 72, 71. But then, as I move on ahead, I started developing a little more conscious study, and then percentage kept increasing for myself, for my own, academic achievement. That was possible because I was away from distractions. So distractions can be of many types, including your friends. So if they are really good friends, they will anyway be there for you. But if they are not, then they'll be looking for necessary accompanying in various things, right? So no matter how smart you think you are, it's better to avoid bad company than to become the father of the friend or the mother of the friend. No? In a friendship also that happens, no? I was like that. I used to be called the appa of the friend group. So yeah, so that's there. One very important thing that Sir said, and I want to highlight, stay vigilant. You cannot say, I missed it because I didn't know. For example, during the COVID-19 times, can you say, I did not see the notification of lockdown, so I'm just walking around without a mask? Can you say that? Will you be sent behind the bars? Yes, boys and girls.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
No? मलाई त थाहै पाइन लकडाउन भएको मास्क नलगाई घुम्दै थिएँ म त. You will be asked to pay 200 rupees fine. Similarly, the road traffic, you cannot say मलाई यो one way भएको थाहै थिएन, odd even भएको थाहै थिएन. So that is why you need to stay vigilant. The government will put up things in the portal for public, for everybody. But it is our responsibility to stay updated. So my recommendation is, whenever you open your Chrome or your Safari tab, open the website that Sir has said, keep it there. When you remove the rest of the tab, just you can have multiple tabs, no? Chrome, you can have multiple tabs. Just if it's like for me, then SPSC job oriented company, SPSC ko tab khula rakhnu paryo. Like for you, something like the Education Department Scholarship Portal or the portal that Sir said about national scholarships. So what was it, sir? National NSP, National Scholarship Portal. So these are the portals that you need to keep open, because there are so many things you will not understand in one time. So you'll have to do over and over. So last one thing I want to talk about is, those of you who at all are looking for opportunities abroad. While I say abroad, why I'm saying this is because there are so many courses so many fields that India is doing better. But there are many fields which other countries are doing better. So in that case, learning from the best is always a good opportunity. So one thing I want to tell you, keep yourself engaged in community-based practices. For example, some marathon run is going on. So you're just there to help. Just ask them, I'll help in free, just give me a certificate that I did a voluntary work. Because in many universities outside, they just want to make sure that you are a responsible citizen in the end of the day. So that's why the more you learn, do some kind of contributive work at the community level, the more exposure you get. For example, for me, this opportunity has come from the World Para Athletic Championship that was taken place in Delhi last year. So some part of my experience was also from there, because there I met people from other countries. There I met people from many other diverse backgrounds. So my simple saying is, you cannot say, today I'm applying for a certain course, then you see, oh my God, there's so many things that's needed. It's better, you keep doing so many things. You keep doing the online AI courses, online Excel courses, you keep doing computer courses. Over the weekend, that's the best plan. Instead of going for a party, going for some swimming, okay, though I encourage physical activity, but over a weekend, if you're planning for an online course, that will make you much more skilled, because eventually that's going to be what is would be like going to fetch benefit for you. Okay, so I hope I didn't speak too much. Thank you so much for this opportunity for me to be here. It's a big opportunity for me and for our youngsters. Wishing you the very best. The fact that you are here, despite various exams coming up, it already means you are one step ahead of many others. So congratulations for taking that one big step ahead. Congratulations again. Thank you.
Dr. Tenzin Ojumla, for the very much insightful detail of being a student and being a successful student. I think since you have taken the first step, I think your goal is much nearer now. You are one step nearer to your goal. So we wish you all the very best for your future and your work. And moreover, we have got the digital copy of all the PPTs, especially on the scholarship, And we also have Sir in person at the Education Department on the top floor, room number 608, Rabah. So you can always seek Sir's help. And if there is any kind of further assistance, we are always there as an executive. And moreover, our Dokham Chushi Gangdruk is providing annually 15,000 to any student who falls under our Todek Mimang. So that is one small initiative that we do regularly, and there's no particular set number of students that we give them to. So as Dr. Nazrullah said, we have a very famous saying in Tibetan that so, you know, being a bad friend doesn't mean that he comes with horns and, you know, very dangerous kind of. He comes with smiling face, and he will waste your time, and you'll lose your track. The more you bleed, the more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. So this is right now your peace time. So you more you sweat, you'll be happier later in your career. So, you know, if you go after small pleasures like movie tayada, Instagram tayada, mamputa vaina, later on you may not see the World Cup in the field. You may not see the Wimbledon, you know, in person. Wimbledon tayada, you have to be top notch. Facebook mamputa devana, so that time may not come. So these are the things that we have missed, I have missed, so which we don't want you to miss. So on that note, thank you so much all the distinguished guests, along with LTA Chairman Sir, resource person, Sir Jingmela Wazilinka, all our executives, Sudimla, Jingmela, Ajutinle, Ajututen, so under the guidance of our president, and we are very fortunate that we are doing it for the second time. We look forward to the third edition of this seminar. On that note, thanks so much. Just